tonight. So much sports. So much stuff. Too much good stuff, if there's such a thing. So we hope everybody had a great weekend. Chris, are we up and running yet on the camera? I don't know if it's on my end or... He's got a pinwheel. That dreaded pinwheel. So, yeah, like I said, I hope everybody had a wonderful... Hey, there we are. A wonderful Easter and a wonderful weekend. So Chris was at the game yesterday. I was at the game yesterday. I heard this word of mouth, and you confirmed it. This was actually pretty funny. At the end of the game, they show... There's a graphic on the big board, and it's a picture of Dave and I. It's a picture of Matt and Kayla. It's a picture of Whitey and Alan. So it's kind of our show lineup, and Moke does a nice job of kind of, I don't even know how he says it. I kind of hear it in the background, but this time I was talking to G-Man and didn't really hear it. Then someone had told me about it, and I think you even confirmed it. But something along the lines where Moke was like talking about our show, and I don't know, what were his words?
I can't remember his exact words, but it was something to the effect of, the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, but everyone knows Jason Ross is a real...
Yeah, I think I even, because I heard it from someone, then I heard it from you, and so then I gave him like an emoji last night, like the fist bump, and he said, no lies told. And I said, I wish I heard it with my own ears.
He did say the greatest hair in show business, so I think he was lying there.
He's talking about Dave.
Oh.
Yeah. I said I was babbling on the radio at the time. I heard it secondhand. And then he said, quote, he carries the show.
Yes, that's it. That's what he said.
And I said, that's what I was told. That was cool. That was cool for Moke to do that. Salute to you.
I mean, where would he get
Moke.
that idea?
I don't know.
Dave, your thoughts?
Didn't have much to say. Doesn't have much to counter on that one. Also, every once in a while you end up in a... I don't know if it's a surprise. Well, a surprise Twitter thread. So yesterday, Moke, also the guilty party here of this, there was before the game, sitting down close to where Chris's seats were, on the opposite side of the basket stanchion, before the game, watching the Kings warm up, just hanging out. I was down there with, there's a picture of, from right to left, I think it's James Ham, Morgan Reagan, Deuce Mason, me, and the G-Man. And Moke took it and then said something like,
A shameful performance.
The picture, or is it just, I'm not sure. But it was something along the lines of like the new era Fab Five or something like that, which was pretty funny. But you're in the Twitter thread, then you see all the comments, and it's stuff like,
can you really be the new Fab Five if you're the same age as the original Fab Five?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They were stars this weekend too. Their alt cast apparently was a hit, a smash hit for Michigan and fans of the Fab Five to have Ray Jackson, Jimmy King, Juwan Howard, Jalen Rose, and Chris Webber all back together. I did not get a chance to see that or hear that, though it sounded like it went well from all accounts. But yeah, the original Fab Five all got together. But that was cool of Moke to do that as well. And then, of course, all the comments. And people want to see the fly on the wall, or what do these guys have to say about this Kings season? Oh, we got plenty to say about it. And we're going to talk about it today because the Kings were in action on Friday. They were in action on Sunday. I know the Friday game, the 17-point comeback. Oh, I did spend some time on social media Friday night after the game. That was not a happy place. What are we doing? I will get into that a little bit today. And I realize this is why we kind of exist. It's important to have different opinions. And there are plenty of people that want the Sacramento Kings to lose. Not even questioning you or doubting you or trying to convince you to change your mind. Because, look, at times I could be in that camp going, I understand the merits of losing games, what that can possibly do. I think what's interesting is, for me, it's not a full assessment of that group, but a lot of things that group is worrying about is something that hasn't happened yet. It might happen, but it's tough to worry about something that hasn't happened.
I feel like they need to lose out the rest of the season is from this idea that because you're not in control of the lottery at all.
Correct.
Like you can be wherever.
Yeah.
So this gives you a feeling of some type of control when you have no control.
Yeah, I think that's right. And they're also not having one of those seasons, Chris, where they're really close to the play-in, and it's like, hey, if they win their last 2 of 3, can they get in? Is that better? Is that worse? Should they have they're been near the bottom, and in fact, they've been the bottom for a chunk of the season. Now they've played a lot better lately and won of their fair share of games. And I think it was the combination of that and on Friday night as well. Who was it that was a surprise winner? Oh, Indiana, I think, had won. And so it was like, wow, the door was kind of open to get a little bit closer to the Indiana, Washington, Brooklyn group. And Sacramento was losing by 17 points. It was looking like, well, this is going to be a game that's just going to be another loss. They'll probably lose out and, take our chance to see where that goes. Instead, they had a comeback win. And my counter to those that want them to lose, a lot of the reason to lose is because you're thinking about the future. Nothing wrong in that. If we think the future is going to include Maxime Reynaud and Dylan Cardwell and Nick Clifford in some way, shape, or form, maybe Carter, maybe Plowden. I don't know who else will be in the mix. Killian Hayes, who knows? It's some fringe of this team. Doug Christie took DeMar DeRozan out with about 10 minutes to go, and it was those guys that were helping to lead the charge of the comeback.
No, that's impossible because I was told that Doug is an idiot because he has DeRozan play 40 minutes a game, chucking up 30 shots a game. That's what I was told.
That's what you were told? Well, at least Friday night, that did not happen. Last night, certainly that did not happen. And then the other counterpoint to it where we discuss things on how differing opinions are totally acceptable and allowed, after the win, if you viewed and took any time to look at social media, there were a lot of people that were upset about it. There were a lot of people. Then when you see highlights that were shown also on social media of the block by Dylan Cardwell on Zion Williamson, I was there for it. You watch it, you see it, you're amazed by it, and you hear the pop of the crowd. And you're going, it wasn't a sellout, decent crowd on a Friday night. That crowd went absolutely nuts for that play. So the people that were at the game, that purchased tickets or got tickets, however they were there, consuming it, taking it in, were absolutely thrilled. So both things can be right. I'm not judging the crowd that's happy for the game, nor really the crowd that was unhappy that they got the win. Just pointing out the differences, and really both sets of opinions obviously are right. They're opinions, so I mean, you could judge that all you want, but it's just, to me, I think why the season partly has been so frustrating, besides the results of the year, is the fact that the Kings fan base is not on the same page. And that partly happens when you're playing this poorly and had a rough year. But, you're seeing at the end of the year development of younger players. That's encouraging. I think of now, kind of speaking on something that worrying about that's not even here yet, but next year's potential problem of coming back with a lot of the veterans again. Do they just push all the young guys back down the totem pole here? So it'll be interesting to see how the offseason plays out, but we are here. We're to the final week. 1 week from today, when we're back here at this time next Monday, it'll be a wrap. It'll be over. The Kings will be beginning their postseason. They'll be getting their exit meetings, and they'll be looking at, kind of the next steps of this organization, the next steps of the plan. There's been a little bit of a teardown, not a complete teardown, but a really rough season as far as the win-loss total goes. But we've seen growth. We've seen players continue to get a little bit better. We also need to shout out the Stockton Kings. That's part of the development process. They had a great comeback last night. They advanced to the finals again. So there are things to still be excited about for this organization. Still some things to watch in the final week of the season. And then it's kind of really the next really, really important phase of getting better as quickly as possible. If it takes another year, if it takes another 2 years, as long as you're on the trajectory up, as long as you're starting to define kind of who you are, who you're going to build around. The lottery will be very, very important, whether they're picking first or ninth, and somewhere in between. I feel very, very confident there will be a good player on the board whenever the Kings are picking. It's just, where will it be? And that's the question that we're going to get answered in about 6 weeks or so, 5 weeks. Mother's Day, when the NBA draft lottery confirms the picks. So we got a lot for you today. It was a heavy sports weekend. It's a good time of year. Baseball is underway. Basketball is wrapping up. College hoops ends tonight. Football draft is around the horizon. The Masters are coming up. It's all basically here in front of us, and we're going to cover it all today. But let's start you out, as we like to do, with a little leading off.
Let's do it.
Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
We're going to celebrate with the Stockton Kings. With the Sacramento Kings, we'll say better luck against the Warriors on Tuesday. Final score here at Golden 1, Clippers 138, Sacramento 109. Down in South Bay, the Stockton Kings get the win. Did the final end up 101-97?
Yeah, in full transparency, the G-Man, the high flyer, myself, we all got distracted based on the way the Kings game was going yesterday. Kings lost 138-109, Sacramento Kings. That game was over. It was over. Good job by the Clippers, pretty much dominating that game. But we were having our eye and our focus on the Stockton Kings, who were coming from behind to get another clutch win. In the G League playoffs, it's tough. It's one and done. You move on. And they won in the first round, won in the semis, won in the Western Finals last night, coming from behind to beat LA, South Bay, I should say, Lakers. And then now they've moved on to the G League Finals. Now you get a series, best of 3, and they're going to try to defend their title and win another ring. Good for them. Good for Stockton. As far as the Kings go, yeah, that game got out of hand. It definitely got out of hand. The Clippers, look, that's a really good team, or a team that's playing better. I think they're also another case study. We talked about this during the pregame yesterday. The Clippers and the Kings both began the season 6-21. The Clippers became the first team ever to have 15 games below 500, then to get back above 500 a couple of games. And now with that win yesterday, I think they're back to 2 games above 500. Yeah, they're 40-38. They're going to be a play-in team. As of now, it looks like they could be playing the Warriors. We'll see what the last week does for them and for the Warriors. But the Clippers, I think, want to do their best to get to that 7-8 play-in game, because if they do that, one, you have a safety net, because if you lose, you get a second game. But if you win, you're going to be the 7 seed, and I would think if you're choosing, you'd rather be the 7 to take on the Spurs, even though they're playing amazingly well, versus the 8 and playing the Thunder. Either way, it doesn't look very good for those teams at the bottom of the Western Conference, but it shouldn't look good. You're playing the best of the best, and that's either going to be OKC or San Antonio. So the last week is here. All the teams that have been eliminated, I mean, we basically have the 10 in the West and the 10 in the East confirmed on who it's going to be. We just don't know some of the seeding. And if you looked at specifically like the East, let me take another look at this today. I was looking at it last night. The Atlanta Hawks currently are the 5th seed, and Miami is the 10th. And even into the final week, they could shift. I mean, it's possible. It probably won't happen that dramatically. But from the 5th to the 10th, you have a 4-game separation between Atlanta, Philly, Toronto, Charlotte, Orlando, and Miami. So that makes it pretty fun there to see what will happen. Detroit's going to be the 1 most likely. Boston, New York, Cleveland have all clinched their playoff spots. And in the West, you've got OKC as the most likely number 1 seed. Spurs are going to have a run of the table here with OKC losing some games. Lakers are hanging on right now in a virtual tie with Denver, who has won 8 in a row. Lakers got that big injury to Luka Doncic. They are 50-28, each of those teams. Lakers have the tiebreaker at the moment. Rockets just 1 back. Minnesota's likely going to be the 6th seed. Then you got Phoenix at 7, pretty much going to be there. Clippers for the moment have the tiebreaker on the Blazers for the 8th spot. And then it's Blazers and Warriors. Warriors, though, got Steph back, and the Kings in their final 3 games will actually play the Warriors twice. All right, we'll get more of that, more details of that coming up, but let's get to more of leading off cut 2.
Cut number 2.
Abreu to the plate, and the pitch is swung on, drive to deep left field. If it's fair, it's over. It's in the corner. It's gone! Rooker's ended it! Brent Rooker with a 3-run shot, and the A's win it 12-10.
Johnny Doskow, our guest on Friday. Brent Rooker, our guest on, is that Wednesday? Look at that. Little show karma there. Both those guys, Johnny on the call, Brent with the second home run of the game, the walk-off winner for the A's on a really amazing weekend of baseball in Sacramento. That was a crazy game. The A's absolutely blew that game. They were able to get the lead multiple times and then had a comfortable 9-5 lead, only to have that given up in the 9th, gave up a run in the 10th. So now they're in jeopardy of losing the game, losing the series. They were down 10-9 until the 3-run walk-off home run by Brent Rooker. Rooker apparently was frustrated on Saturday. The game, the A's did not play very well at all. Mark Kotze yesterday said, yeah, maybe he needs to break some more chairs. He was in the clubhouse frustrated, and he goes deep twice. So the A's take 2 of 3. Their reward, hey, let's go right back out on the road. They head to New York. They're going to get the Yankees and the Mets. So a tough beginning of the schedule for the A's. But the fact that they won 2 of 3 at home, that's encouraging. And I still think it's going to be a good season. This is a really good offense. I am very worried about their pitching. I think their bullpen is beyond shaky. Starting's okay. Their starting pitching's all right. I think they believe they improved their defense. I didn't really believe what I saw when I was seeing that on Saturday, but offense is good. That offense is legit, and there's still guys that aren't hitting. I mean, Kurtz was at the game Saturday, and I think when he came up to the plate, maybe one of the last times, I'm like, wow, he's batting 91. But got a couple hits yesterday, a couple walks, got on base, so these are all good signs for him and that offense, and they'll figure out the offense in its entirety. Defense needs to improve, and then the pitching is what's going to make them or break them. And more times than not in the last 2 years, it's broken them, but we'll see. We'll see if guys continue to develop, get better, and as they work on their craft and just can get themselves started in this season. So we got more A's discussion coming up, but let's get to cut number 3.
Cut number 3.
Well, we don't have a cut for this, but we basically could play the final call again from the Kings game, and you know what? We'll do that.
We're going to celebrate with the Stockton Kings. With the Sacramento Kings, we'll say better luck against the Warriors on Tuesday. Final score here at Golden 1, Clippers 138, Sacramento 109. Down in South Bay, the Stockton Kings get the win. Did the final end up 101-97?
Yep, we were highlighting what the Stockton Kings were able to do. Congrats to them as they advance to the G League Finals for a second consecutive year. Chris, will Kings fans be okay with G League championships and Summer League championships? They're starting to rack those up.
I'll allow it.
Do they really want one of these? I mean, what does an NBA title really mean? I mean, you keep getting Summer League titles. They got a couple of those. If they get a second G League title, maybe they're the best.
They've got the record for the most Summer League Finals appearances.
I mean, maybe they're the best at the ancillary things from the NBA. There's nothing wrong with that.
Got to get that in-season tournament cup.
Yeah. First year made the Final Four, though, for that in the West. This last year didn't win a game. But that's right. There's always next year. There's always next year. Who won it this year, Chris? Do you remember?
That was the Knicks.
Over?
The Spurs.
Yes. See? Do you remember who won the first cup?
Lakers.
Over?
Pacers.
Okay. Oh, wait. I think there's been 3 cups.
Mm-hmm.
And the middle one?
Bucks.
Over?
I don't know.
I do. Thunder.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, you want your NBA Cup talk? We're here. We are here for you. Yeah, congrats again to the Stockton Kings. What a performance. What a comeback. And they beat the Lakers. Yes.
Dave loves L.A. Dave loves it.
Maybe that's where he was.
Now it's all making sense.
Now it's all making sense. Honestly, you know who South Bay has? Drew Timme. The Dave lookalike.
Or maybe it was Dave.
Maybe it was Dave. Maybe Dave was tanking for South Bay, helping Stockton. So who's the real hero here? There we go. We absolutely figured out. All right. In this hour, still to come, we will talk about the first week plus of Major League Baseball. The Giants, oof, they are struggling. But when we come back, we'll have our audio recap as done by the great G-Man Gary Gerald from last night's Kings and Clippers game. That one kind of got away from the Kings as well. We'll get into that and so much more. Join us today at 916-339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Jason and Chris on a Monday right here on Sactown Sports.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
When your check engine light comes on, do you see a repair bill or do you see peace of mind? For 20 years, CarShield's been the name America trusts to help keep you on the road. While other companies stop covering you when your car gets older, CarShield offers protection plans up to 200,000 miles. With over $1 billion in claims paid, we don't just promise protection, we deliver it. Don't let a breakdown break your budget. Get the flexible month-to-month coverage you deserve. Go to carshield.com. That's carshield.com today.
A multi-billion-dollar settlement is paying claims for up to 21 years. If you were exposed to weed killers at work or at home, your rights are affected. If you or your family has or had non-Hodgkin lymphoma, you could receive $6,000 to $165,000 or more. This settlement impacts you even if you're not sick because this blood cancer can take 10 to 15 years to appear. If you stay in the settlement, you give up your right to sue. Learn more at weedkillerclass.com or call 888-403-8201. Paid for by the Roundup Settlement.
Contractors, remodelers, you now have a great supplier to assist you with your next project. Nova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento. They are Northern California's best kitchen and bathroom remodeling supply store. Nova has the latest cabinet styles, a great selection of countertops, flooring, bathroom fixtures, and more. Visit their website, InnovaCabinetStone.com. Take advantage of their grand opening special, a $750 in-store credit. Stop by today, Nova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento.
Your Toyota's been through a lot with you. Traffic, rain, potholes, you name it. But it keeps showing up mile after mile. So maybe it's time to give a little back. For a limited time at your local Toyota dealer, get 3 new tires and get the 4th for $1. Because a ride that's always there for you deserves to be taken care of. 3 tires, get the 4th for $1? Go on, treat your Toyota. Deal ends April 30th. Keep your Toyota a Toyota. Restrictions apply. Toyota and Scion vehicles only. See participating Toyota dealers for details.
Buying golf gear is easy. Buying the right golf gear, well, that's different. At Hagen Oaks, they don't just sell equipment, they fit your entire game. With TrackMan technology in the Player Performance Studio, your clubs are matched to your swing. Ping's Ballnamic Fitting helps you find the golf ball that performs best for you. Hagen Oaks Putter Fitting Studio dials in your stroke, and FootJoy's 3D foot scanner finds correct shoe size for your feet. It's a smarter way to play better golf. Total Game Fitting at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at Business 80.
Hey, did you hear about that multi-billion-dollar Roundup settlement?
Yeah, it impacts people who are exposed to weed killers at work or at home, even if you just used it in your own yard. Lawsuits claim it causes non-Hodgkin lymphoma, a blood cancer.
But we're not sick, so that doesn't affect us.
But it does. This cancer can take 10 to 15 years to show up.
That's a long time after exposure.
It is, and that's why the settlement is paying claims for up to 21 years. If you get sick, even years from now, you could get $6,000 to $165,000 or more as part of the settlement.
So what's the catch?
If you stay in, you give up the right to sue them later.
Learn more at weedkillerclass.com or call 1-888-403-8201. If you or a loved one has or had non-Hodgkin lymphoma, even if they've passed, you must register for benefits. That's weedkillerclass.com. 1-888-403-8201. Paid for by the Roundup Settlement.
Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
Chris, did you partake in any Easter egg hunts yesterday?
I did not.
Did you find any Easter eggs at the game, though?
I did not.
What was the best perk for the seats that you were able to enjoy yesterday?
They had Eagle Rare for free.
They had, excuse me?
Eagle Rare.
What is that?
It's a bourbon.
Oh. That's good.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
How about foods, snacks, treats?
Had some sushi.
Sushi?
Oh, and like the Golden One Center chocolate chip cookies are the best.
A little dash of salt on the top. It's game changer. Front row Chris, living life like Carmichael Dave.
I was talking to Richie about this. It's weird, like when you're that close, because like you're just living on like each possession that you kind of forget about the game itself. And it's like, oh, they're down 15. When did that happen?
Yeah. Okay, so I've never sat where you were. Do you ever look at the big board? I mean, everything's right in front of you.
You're so close, it's hard to see the big board.
Okay, I believe that. I saw a couple of times some players tumbled near you. Nothing like all the way right at, but like I think Plowden had a hard foul like that was right in front of you.
Yeah.
Or he hit the deck.
Yeah, right there. And then I think Carter once too.
Okay. But I think this is what I miss about when the broadcast location, especially at Arco, well, only at Arco and in other arenas, but at Arco was courtside. I think the way you explain, like you really feel like you're in the game. You're involved in the game. I mean, the seats where we are now are maybe where the majority of people, it just feels like you're at the game. There's nothing wrong with it. There's a little difference because you can hear everything, and that's a different, like, don't you hear all the talking and what people are saying? Is that, like, was there a highlight there? Not necessarily of trash. I mean, Malik talks all the time. You can sometimes hear Malik.
It was Malik. I can't remember. It was.
And Kawhi doesn't say anything, does he?
Malik got hit, and, like.
Yeah.
He was, like, staring at the ref for a second.
Do you ever hear Kawhi say anything?
No, I didn't hear Kawhi say anything.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if you had any really.
Guess he no-showed.
I see what you did there. Well, we will get more of Chris's tales of being front row Chris at the Kings game last night. But let's tell you a little bit how it happened. Let's recap last night's game with the great G-Man Gary Gerald. It was a game that, yeah, as expected, would get away from the Kings. It meant a lot more to the Clippers, certainly, to get this win. So let's listen back to some of the key moments. We're going to start early in the game because DeMar DeRozan was chasing history, and good for him. Like, DeMar went to work. DeMar came right into the game. He's like, you know what? I need 9 points. Let's make this happen really quickly.
Here comes Debo up the left side of the floor, being defended by Derrick Jones Jr. Turns to the baseline, launches for two. He's done it, and just that quickly. In 4.5 minutes of this contest, DeMar DeRozan has climbed one more notch to the number 16 position among NBA scoring greats all time.
I mean, look, DeMar DeRozan to me, honestly, has been a terrific King. It's 2 seasons here. They haven't won nearly enough. He's been a great professional. I appreciate his availability. He's constantly out there. He constantly produces. Yeah, it hasn't gotten the win total that anybody has wanted, DeMar specifically. But we were looking at it yesterday. Just the 2 seasons he's been a King, these are the legends that he passed while being here. He passed Robert Parrish. No, I think it started with Adrian Dantley. Adrian Dantley, Robert Parrish, Charles Barkley, Allen Iverson, Ray Allen, Patrick Ewing, Jerry West, and Reggie Miller last year. This year, he moved ahead of Alex English, Vince Carter, Kevin Garnett, John Havlicek, Paul Pierce, Steph Curry, Tim Duncan, Dominique Wilkins, and now the big O, Oscar Robertson. He's a point ahead of him. He will not quite get to Akeem Olajuwon this year, but the sandwich is Westbrook's 14, Olajuwon's 15, DeRozan is 16. And now that Curry's playing again, he'll be in hot pursuit of those guys. But what a tribute to DeMar DeRozan. He got his love from the fans. Didn't play much more in the game. Didn't start the second half. Didn't play in the second half. And I've been impressed by him. Look, this is a year that he probably had some goals. Certainly last year when he joined the team, there was, he's so excited to join De'Aaron and Sabonis. And last year didn't go the way the Kings wanted. This year, certainly nobody is pleased with the way the season has gone as far as the win-loss total. And DeMar probably thought, well, at some point I'm going to be sent out of here. People will want what I can do for them. And I'm honestly shocked that DeMar DeRozan wasn't coveted by more teams. And if he was, the Kings just didn't get the deal or hear the deal that they wanted to. And I praise them for that. You don't just give him away. But this summer, to me, I'll stand by this take that I would like to see between Sabonis, LaVine, and DeRozan, those three, two of them move. I just think they need to do that to start the overall turnover of the franchise, because all this development of younger players they've been doing, they're going to get a high pick. They're going to get 2 second-round picks. Whatever they get back in return for if they move one or two of those guys feels like kind of a new beginning, and they need to kind of start that. But if they come back with the same group, yeah, they will likely be healthier, knock on wood, but how much better will they be, and will that really help that trajectory that I was talking about of them trying to be on the climb? All right, so that's how the game began. That was a cool sight to see. Also in the first quarter, more opportunities for other guys, and a guy like Daquan Plowden trying to keep the Kings close.
Plowden going to try for three. Right corner, Sacramento. He answers back with the 3 ball. Daquan Plowden, second field goal attempt. This one successful from Killian Hayes. 39-29 on the scoreboard.
Yeah, the game was already sliding in the first quarters. The Clippers opened up a nice lead in the first quarter of 10, 42-32. Again, the Kings giving up a ton of points. They were having a lot of trouble with Kawhi Leonard.
Gives it to Kawhi Leonard, back to the basket, just above the free throw line. Now he turns his right shoulder there. Good defense from Plowden. Shakes, turns, step through, move, and he gets the favorable roll. What a play by Kawhi Leonard. Henry, that's as tough a get for 2 points as you're probably going to find.
And if you watch the footwork, G-Man, impeccable.
Impeccable.
Didn't speed him up, none of that.
Yeah, and so after the half, now the Kings are working on a deficit of 12. So will the third quarter be any better? Well, Devin Carter trying to make some things happen.
He throws it toward midcourt, grabbed by Devin Carter. Carter drives inside, reaches to the rim, scores. Devin Carter, the Friar from Providence, makes it 79-63.
Yeah, Devin Carter ends up putting up some solid numbers, 21 points to lead the Sacramento Kings on 8 of 14 shooting. But the guy that's just too good, the Claw, he's a tough one to handle. Let's hear from Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi now digs, spins, reaches with a left hand, and there he does it. He does two things. He gives the Clippers their biggest lead, and he extends his streak of games scoring 20 or more points to 54 consecutive.
All right, then we take you to later third quarter where this game is really starting to slide on the Sacramento Kings.
Kings turn it over. Long lead out pass. Mathurin gives it up. Extra pass. Kawhi gets the rip. Timeout Sacramento. Clippers are just running away with things here. Leading now 98-72.
As we said, not much to really follow in the fourth quarter, but just more opportunities, and ended up being a nice offensive night and defensive night from Dylan Cardwell.
7 or 8 as opposed to 9 or 10. Oh, another block down inside by Dylan Cardwell against Collins. Run out to the rim, throwing a foul and scoring is Devin Carter. A 3-point opportunity for Carter. Took Christie out on the floor. He's making sure that he congratulating each and every one of his guys.
All right, we got one more highlight here from Cardwell with some offensive display. He had a 3 in the game and also had this put back.
Here's Renaud now baseline left with a little floater. No good. Oh, my. Coming is Cardwell. He sticks it home.
Okay.
The put back for the second chance hoop, Dylan Cardwell. Fans loving that. It's 118-93.
Yeah, Dylan ended with a really good stat line. 7 of 8 shooting. He made his first 3, 15 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 4 blocks following the game where he had 5 blocks. But here's how it all ended. You heard this before, but here's the final call of the loss yesterday.
We're going to celebrate with the Stockton Kings. With the Sacramento Kings, we'll say better luck against the Warriors on Tuesday. Final score here at Golden 1, Clippers 138, Sacramento 109. Down in South Bay, the Stockton Kings get the win. Did the final end up 101-97?
Well, just a reminder, still later in the show, about an hour from now, we are away from Kings Rewind, and we've got 2 games to look back on, the thrilling win against the Pelicans and the loss last night to the Clippers. So we will get into those as well. We got to look at the text line before we break. Let's see. The youngsters tried and have gotten better. Doug needs to stay. That's coming from the 916. Yeah, look. I think there's going to be everything is going to be evaluated. It's constantly being evaluated. It should always be evaluated. I'm a proponent for it. I want Doug to stay. I want Doug to have another opportunity. I want Doug to have a healthy roster. I'm for it. I think they should do that. But, look, professional sports is tricky. Changes have been made when you think there's no way someone's going to make a change. And other times when you feel like someone may be on their way out. And there hasn't really been a lean here at all. I got to believe that kind of the writing was on the wall as far as the way the season was projected to go, 1, and then 2, you add up all the injuries. I mean, I think there was really going to be a difficult chance for this season to succeed. So I think they'll do that. I think he will be back, but we will see how this all plays out, certainly when the offseason is here, and that'll be here 1 week from now for the Kings. All right, when we come back, still to come, we got 3 for Madness. We got the national championship game tonight, Kings Rewind in the 7 o'clock hour. But up next, we have played a little bit over a week of the Major League Baseball season. We're going to get into the A's a little bit later in their first home weekend in year 2 in Sacramento. But we'll look at around the majors and the struggles of the Giants. Man, we will get into that and more as we continue right here on Sactown Sports.
The Sactown Sports 1140 newsletter right to your email. Get your latest on the Sacramento Kings, athletics, and Republic FC with the Sactown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit SactownSports.com to join.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda.
When a person is seriously injured, there's no substitute for the personal legal relationship offered by the local NorCal firm of Ashton & Price. From the first attorney meeting, every important decision is made with a direct consultation with, and I can't believe I have to say this, a real, live, experienced, flesh and blood local attorney. It's called Home Court Advantage for a reason. Ashton & Price, serious local attorneys for serious people with serious injuries with no fee until we win. For the best local advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
All right, 916-339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. As we continue here on the show, chat people on our YouTube chat, hello, hit thumbs up while you're there. We appreciate that. That means a lot to us. Thank you for being here each and every morning with us. As we continue, let's see, Chris, we had something I was going to ask you about here from our chat. More people were talking about, oh, mine just refreshed here. Hang on. What were you drinking? Eagle Rare?
Yes.
Yeah, you were getting a couple of endorsements for that, how good Eagle Rare is.
Yeah. I know.
You know. Is it your top? Is it your top bourbon?
Yeah, it's one of the more, it's getting more expensive, but it's one of the best affordable ones.
When we're talking expense, are you talking, well, probably per drink and per bottle or what?
Yeah.
Okay. So if I were to go buy a bottle of that, what's that going to run me?
$50.
Okay. But well worth it. Tastes good. Tastes good. Oh, where was the Derek in Tacoma? Buffalo Trace and Eagle Rare, my two favorite whiskeys. Your thoughts on, do you know Buffalo Trace?
Yeah, Buffalo Trace makes Eagle Rare.
Oh, okay. So they one and the same or just same company?
It's the same company.
Okay. Well done. Well done. Yeah, Chris was living the finer life. Down low, courtside yesterday.
This is the height of luxury.
For Kings and Clippers. So if you get an opportunity to enjoy those seats again, you wouldn't turn it down.
No.
Yeah. It's pretty great, isn't it?
Yeah. It's interesting how the other half lives.
Yeah. But knowing your thought on, okay, so if you've already said before, you know, if you were an owner.
If the price to pay is that those don't exist anymore, I will bite the bullet and say yes.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like if it's like, you know how I said like $100 is the most expensive ticket? If one of the byproducts of that is there's no more luxury lounges and all you can eat and drink.
You'd be okay with that as an owner of a team. Yeah. But you would make those tickets $100?
No, they wouldn't there wouldn't be a luxury lounge and that like, you
but what
sit
about
there?
Yeah. So
but
that
there's no like extra perks to it.
Yeah, but that ticket is what I'm saying. You would say that would be a $100 ticket. Okay. When Chris owns a team, as you said, fans will love you. Other owners will hate you.
Hate me.
Yeah. It's like, oh, here he is at the league meetings. Everyone else is flashing all their.
Hey, everyone, don't you think we all have enough money?
How do you think that's going to go?
I don't think that would work well.
Are you sitting over there? Like, there's like a table for everybody, and then there's Chris's table.
Hey, Mark, don't you think you have enough money?
Oh, man. Yeah. They won't like you. They won't like you one bit on that, but the fans would love you.
Hey, Steve, you're trying to give your money away illegally. Don't you think you have enough money?
The best team, best players money can buy. Yep. Another weekend of the Major League Baseball season wrapped up yesterday. We're gonna get into the A's a little bit later. What an eventful weekend for them. They still got some catching up to do based on the beginning of their season. If you look at the very early trends, I mean, it's early. The Yankees lead the American League East. They lost yesterday, but they're still 7-2, off to the best record in the American League. In the Central, you got the Guardians at 6-4, and even the Astros losing 2 of 3. They are 6-4 in the West. The National League, you've got the Marlins leading the East at 6-3. The Brewers, their offense has been great. They are 7-2. Pirates, by the way, winners of 5 in a row. Pittsburgh's got a good roster. Watch out for Pittsburgh, by the way. And then what everybody hates seeing, except for Dave, because we know he loves L.A., the Dodgers are 7-2, and that thrills Carmichael Dave. They've won 3 in a row.
Dave loves L.A. Dave loves it.
They had a couple of comebacks over the weekend against the Nationals, and they are now 7-2, winning their last 3 games. But we're here to talk a little bit about the San Francisco Giants. Yes, I will say their schedule's been a bit of a challenge at the beginning, opening with the Yankees, then playing the Padres, and then getting the Mets. But this team has not played very good baseball at all here in this early part of the season. And they've had some frustrations already. Obviously, they got a new manager. There's some questions there. But just haven't liked the way they have looked at all. And, that's something that can happen, has happened, but it's a slow start for them, and the Mets didn't help things.
Payoff. Hit high in the air to left and deep. This one is on its way out, and this one is gone. Halfway up the bleachers in left. What a shot for Mark Vientos. Solo home run in the top of the second, and the Mets are within 1. It's 3-2.
Yeah, the new manager was ejected with frustration mounting yesterday in another loss for the 3-7 Giants. And, some of the things you expected, like Luis Arias has come in and done what he's done as a professional hitter for all the different teams he's been on, puts the ball in play. You can see how he can bolster that lineup. Logan Webb got roughed up in his first outing, pitched much better in his second. But this team needs a jolt. And up next, they start another series tonight with the Phillies. So another good team. Look, this is the schedule that's been put in front of them. But I just haven't really liked at all the way they've looked, their body language. It's very, very early. There's such a long season. There's nothing that you want to get too caught up in the first 10 games. But it's all we've been able to see. And when you see them come away with 3 wins, 7 losses, some bickering a little bit on the field. They've had some frustrations. They had the game where Susak was great. That was great to see him have his day a couple games ago when they did get the 1 win against the Mets. But you're still trying to find pieces and entities that you can really grab a hold of and build on and say, this is the kind of team we are going to be. And so Giants have a ways to go to figure things out. But like I said, we're just in the beginning stages of what will be a very, very long baseball season. We got months to go, and you get pockets of the season where you struggle. For the Giants, they hope that's this first 10. And then others where teams will always tell you as they go through the long haul of this that you just want to win series. Just keep checking them off. If it's a 3-game series, you take 2 of 3. If you get a 4-gamer and you get 3 of 4, that's how you just chip away victories, keep getting more wins in that win column, keep running down teams in your division, especially if you can get series wins. But tough schedule to begin with the Giants. They're still trying to forge their identity under Buster Posey, under the new manager, Vitello there, and just kind of figure it all out as in progress, right? And I think that's what's happening right now for the Giants. Some of the other things, though, around the majors, like we said, it was expected to see, and I think that's where maybe there's frustration for casual baseball fans. Obviously, if you're a Dodger fan, you enjoy the roster that you have, but they were predicted to win it. They're the heavy favorites. They are the champs, and they're 7-2. What's fun, though, as far as early season schedule goes, the Dodgers are in Toronto tonight to begin a 3-game series after what was one of my favorite World Series I've seen in a long time. That was such a great World Series a year ago. Still think the Blue Jays should have won. I know they'll be kicking themselves for a long time on one that got away from them, because whether it's Game 6 specifically or Game 7, they'll think about that series that they weren't able to achieve that one more victory. And to the Dodgers' credit, they got the win. They added to their team. They're probably better this year, but it's an early season series. And the Jays, I was looking at who they were pitching. They're pitching their best this week. It's going to be Scherzer, Gausman, and Dylan Cease, their big signing in the offseason. So the Dodgers are going to get the best of the pitching from the Blue Jays, and it's April. It doesn't really mean much, but it's the only matchup they have this year. And if they were to meet again, maybe the Jays can gather even a little bit more confidence. That's a great home park. That fan base has really fallen in love with Toronto baseball. I know when the A's opened up the season there, you could just tell how much excitement they have for that baseball team. And so that's fun. It's fun when you have a community like that that's all in on their organization. So as far as things to go, look forward to this week in baseball, that certainly is it with the Dodgers and Jays starting that series. We mentioned the A's traveling. They'll be in New York to get the Yankees and Mets, and then the Giants trying to get things corrected as they begin a series with the Philadelphia Phillies. All right, in the 7 o'clock hour, as promised, we will have Kings Rewind. We'll look back at the Kings' win over the Pelicans and the loss last night to the Clippers. We also have a national title game tonight. We had the women's crown their champion yesterday. Congrats to the Bruins. And we also will have 3 for Madness. 3 questions, 3 answers, including the talk of women's college basketball from the Friday game, Gino Ariyama and Dawn Staley, that little interaction. We've got that and more. 3 questions, 3 answers, 3 for Madness when we start the 7 o'clock hour right here on Sactown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My son loves to fly kites, but my active psoriatic arthritis can sometimes hold me back. Now with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready to go. Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults, helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction. Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, April 11th in Sacramento. Large farming and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
Contractors, remodelers, you now have a great supplier to assist you with your next project. Nova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento. They are Northern California's best kitchen and bathroom remodeling supply store. And Nova has the latest cabinet styles, a great selection of countertops, flooring, bathroom fixtures, and more. Visit their website, InnovaCabinetStone.com. Take advantage of their grand opening special, a $750 in-store credit. Stop by today, Innova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento.
A's fans, the 2026 season is coming fast, and single game tickets are on sale now. Be there for an exciting season packed with theme days, giveaways, and firework nights, including bobbleheads, jerseys, hats, and much more. And getting in is easier than ever. Tickets start at just $8 for select April and May games. From opening day to unforgettable summer nights, there's something for everyone at the ballpark. Get your tickets today at athletics.com/tickets and be part of the excitement this 2026 season.
Spring is here, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings, plus get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Buying golf gear is easy. Buying the right golf gear, well, that's different. At Hagen Oaks, they don't just sell equipment, they fit your entire game. With TrackMan technology in the Player Performance Studio, your clubs are matched to your swing. Ping's Ballnamic Fitting helps you find the golf ball that performs best for you. Hagen Oaks Putter Fitting Studio dials in your stroke, and FootJoy's 3D foot scanner finds correct shoe size for your feet. It's a smarter way to play better golf. Total Game Fitting at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at Business 80.
It's tax time, y'all. If you want to file free, this next one's for you.
Now taxes is so free. Tax free edition only. Roughly 37% of filers qualify. Simple form 1040 returns only. How this is taxes.
Love that jam. Up next, commercials.
Intuit TurboTax Free Edition. See if you qualify at TurboTax.com/free. No schedules except for Earned Income Tax Credit, Child Tax Credit, Student Loan Interest, and Schedule 1A.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/groundadvantage to learn more.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
And that's exactly what I said, Chris. That's
I knew it.
Yeah, you knew it. You knew it. Welcome back in. Jason Ross, Christopher Loud, Carmichael Dave. Noah Stocky. He's off today. He'll be back with us. Maybe. Maybe that's it.
Maybe
it's his own April Fool's joke. Oh, maybe he's paying us back.
I was thinking that for a second.
Yeah. But not anymore. You still thinking it?
He's really good if it is.
Yeah, he's really, really good at it. 916-339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. If you'd like to get in on the show, we start the 7 o'clock hour, though, with 3 for Madness. That means 3 questions, 3 answers for you. Let's start. Why don't we start in order today? Question number 1.
What did you make of the Gino Auriemma and Don Staley situation on Friday night?
All right, so Friday night, in all candor, we are at the Kings game. We're watching that. We heard something about Don Staley and Gino Auriemma. Then I find it on social media. It was bothersome. All sorts of layers of bothersome of it. So let's kind of pick this apart. Gino Auriemma, we don't even need to really discuss credentials for Gino or Don Staley. I mean, these are 2 of the great coaches. Gino is one of the greatest coaches in sports. I mean, just factually, wins, production, what he's done for the women's game. I didn't understand it at all, to be honest with you. So when you see it first, without any context, I didn't hear what was said. Then I did a lot of research on it afterwards and heard what was said and what the complaints were. Gino was not very apologetic afterwards. Don Staley, of all things, kind of watching it back in real time, she's interviewed right after the game by Holly Rowe on the court, and she's almost apologizing there, going, look, if I did something wrong, I apologize to Gino, but I don't believe I don't believe I did. It was a really, really bad look for him, bad look for the game, because it was the win of the tournament until you get to the championship, basically. For UConn was that dominant, was that good, that heavily favored, and South Carolina thumped them. It was close for a while. They finished with an incredible run, and they beat them. They beat them fair and square. There wasn't any kind of... I know Gino talked a little bit about the officiating later, but all of it felt like sour grapes. All of it felt like maybe he doesn't like Don Staley. And again, that can be the case. That's entirely okay. But for him to come out and say, she didn't shake my hand before the game, when there's now video of the fact that she did, and she even apologized. If I didn't, I apologize. She did. She did. There's also a video, I want to say, of the last time they met in the maybe it was last year in the championship, where Gino's kind of jokingly like waiting for her. He's like, come on, but it's a playful way, like, come on, I'm ready to get my pregame handshake or hug, and then they meet each other at center court. So I don't know if it's a spillover from, hey, the last time we happened, it took you forever to get out here. Maybe he didn't forget or didn't remember shaking your hand, but she did. And for it to end that way when you're the team that's lost, it's just a terrible look, and it detracted. So everything Friday night and into Saturday, and even asking Don Staley leading up to the championship game with UCLA was about Gino. Did he apologize? What did he say? What did you say? What happened? They pulled off one of the great upsets of the season, played well, and they had to answer to that. And Chris, I'm sure you've seen it. I don't know what your opinion is on Gino or Don or all of it, but what did you make of just something that was silly that didn't need to happen but became what everybody was talking about?
Gino's kind of a jerk.
Yeah, he's one of those guys, isn't he?
Yeah. I feel like, too, we've seen this with the with the Jordan documentary of like getting stuff in your head to play off of, and it feels like he felt like that there was some disrespect that wasn't there and just fed off of it.
I think Michael Jordan obviously has done that, as you said, but nets some incredible results. And I think, and I don't, look, Michael Jordan never lost in the finals, but he lost other series. And I think would continue to use that as a motivator as opposed to, yelling at the Pistons, yelling at the Celtics, being a poor sport about it. And I'm with you. I think Gino has always had that reputation. Again, it's not to negate his accolades as a Hall of Famer, as one of the great coaches in any sport of all time, has built a juggernaut of a program, had an amazing team, was the heavy favorite. I had said as a Bruin fan, as UCLA was kind of going along and we had all 4 number 1 seeds there, I'm like, if UCLA can beat Texas, I just don't think they can beat UConn. And UCLA can thank South Carolina for beating UConn, and maybe they could thank UConn for keeping remnants of whatever that was. If that was a distraction at all to South Carolina, then if it is, it feels like you're taking away from what UCLA did, because UCLA played their best game by far of the season, and they were a machine yesterday. But it's just, generally we like the drama. We like to believe like, ooh, they don't like each other. This means a little bit more to the game. It was a bad look. It was a bad look for the sport. And then even after, there still ended up being like 1.1 seconds to go. They kind of restored order, then inbound the ball. It ends, and, Don Staley's talking to the rest of their coaching staff. Gino just walks off. He then, in the postgame, wasn't very apologetic at the time. Like, I said what I said. You saw what happens. How many times have you guys been to the Final Four? We've been there this many times. Have you ever seen another coach not shake hands? Which we later learned that there's video of it. They did. And then yesterday, look, he did apologize, allegedly, and I know that stuff's out there, and apparently he had reached out to Don Staley. Don even was asked about it and said, look, I got 800 messages on my – if it's there from Gino, fine, but look, I'm worried about this game and the championship. And I don't know if it was any other kind of distraction. But once UCLA got that lead yesterday, South Carolina looked defeated. And it's too bad that that's become a talking point for the sport. That sport continues to grow. The women's game is getting so much better. So many good athletes. And we've done this comp, and we're seeing it happen now in real time. If you think about to the 80s, 90s, early 2000s of women's basketball, it was either Tennessee, Stanford, or UConn. That was it. Like, you really had which of those teams is going to win the title. That's kind of where it was. And it paralleled men's college basketball from maybe the 60s and 70s, where you're getting UCLA winning all those men's titles, maybe a Houston, maybe an NC State, like Notre Dame. Like, there weren't that many teams that could win the men's title back then. Then as it progressed and got better and better, and teams around the country is like, wow, there's a lot of good programs. Now you're seeing, Florida's jump in there. UConn became good. Duke for all those years. North Carolina, Kentucky. It was bouncing around to a lot of different programs. Now that's happening with the women's game. Notre Dame. UConn's still there. Stanford's still a good team. Tennessee's been good, not the same, but you watch this tournament, I think Texas was championship worthy. UConn certainly was the favorite. South Carolina could have won another one. And here comes UCLA winning their first one. They've been a good team for the last couple of years, but you have the 4 number 1 seeds. You have more legitimate competition up and down, and the women's game is growing. And you want it to continue to grow. The athletes are getting better. The play is getting better. The coaches is getting better. And all of it, it's happening. And Gino's still at the top of the top. Don Staley's at the top of the top. And that rivalry will continue. But it's too bad that you have something like this to put a little mark on what was a really good tournament for the women. And a missed opportunity for UConn. Maybe the win of the tournament, like I said, besides the championship game, was by South Carolina beating them. And then ultimately UCLA wins the whole thing. All right, let's get to question number 2.
Question 2.
What was your highlight of the weekend?
It was a great weekend. I'm wearing, if you're watching on the YouTube, a sweatshirt. Hey, Chris, you got me this sweatshirt. How about that?
I did.
He likes all his guys. Got me this beautiful UCLA sweatshirt. Yeah, I have seen, as far as basketball or football national championships for UCLA, that I can remember, the 95 championship for Tyus Edney and Ed O'Bannon. They had other, maybe I was really, really young when they were winning some championships with John Wooden, really young, so I don't remember them. And this one, that's a huge, huge highlight. It's really, I don't even know if I could put one highlight on the weekend. There was a lot of great stuff that happened this weekend. The A's walk-off was really cool yesterday. I love walk-off home runs. I go back to Friday night. I think about this city a lot. I love this city. Like I said, grew up in Southern California, been in Sacramento now for longer than any other place I've been, called it home. And I've always loved sports. I look at a night like Friday night where there were a bunch of people out at the Kings game. Whether or not you wanted them to win or lose is not the point, but the Kings won. The beam is lit. They had a lot of fun. The people that were there, it was a great moment by Dylan Cardwell at the end of the game. Across the Tower Bridge, the A's, in their home opener of the second season in Sacramento, get a win. Fireworks are lit. So you have like two professional sports in town, both winning on the same night. That's a huge highlight to me. I love that fact that that's something that can happen and did happen. The Stockton Kings comeback this weekend was great last night to get back to the championship. But yeah, I'm gonna go to where my heart, the team I've supported and loved the longest. I can thank my parents for that, as both that went to UCLA. That was fun. It was fun to watch a team win a championship. There is a little bit of a reminder to me of how my feelings were of the championship that UCLA won when they defeated Arkansas back in '95. I was so along for the ride all year long. They were number one a lot that year. They were really good, and the favorites, one of the favorites to win it. They were in trouble in round two. Tyus Edney went coast to coast to beat Missouri in 3.2 seconds, something like that, to help keep that alive. Then they had a game in there. I think they played just amazingly well against UConn and Ray Allen, and got all the way to the finals and won it. And I remember enjoying that to the fullest, like being so happy, so elated. And then there was a little bit of a moment of, a letdown is not the right word, depression is not the right word, but something where you're so attached to something that I was going to miss them playing some more. That was the key. It was like, look, they reached the pinnacle. They did everything you dream of. They won the championship. But I just wanted to see them play some more games. And that group obviously won it, and then it was done. And this group for UCLA women yesterday got kind of invested in them the last couple of years. They came here earlier in the year, played Oklahoma. We had Corey Close on this show. I'm very impressed with her as a person, as a human being, as a coach. Everything she said post-game was amazing, how much she loves her players. Someone you'd want to play for. She talks about how influenced she was by John Wooden and those stories. Powerful, just amazing. But the same kind of feeling happened a little bit yesterday where it's like I watched them come through here in the tournament, and I know my family went to the game where they played in the Sweet 16 against Minnesota. Quite honestly, I didn't think they played very well. And that same night was the big night that Duke beat LSU on the buzzer beater, and that shot that rolled around and around and then went in. And kind of a lot of the thought there for the people that were at the game, and even other UCLA fans that I knew that were there, like, I don't know. I don't think they'll beat Duke. Understood. But then they came out, had a slow start to Duke, and then had a great second half and beat them. Ugly game, I would say, Friday night against Texas, but found a way. And then you get to the championship game, and they never trailed, and then they just played their best game. They were 10 out of 10. They were awesome. And Chris, it was Jaquez. Led by Jaquez. The Jaquez family. Your boy Jaime flew in for the game.
And he had a big game the other night, too.
He did. He had 30-plus. So, a 28-point victory. They played their best game, and like I said, there was a little bit of that of watching that whole crew, all seniors. I mean, this was the time they had to do it, but I'll miss the fact that they're done playing. They'll move on. Some will go on to the WNBA and continue their professional life, and that's really cool. Good luck to all of them, but that's I can say this. I believe this will be a feeling that Kings fans will have. I hope we have this feeling. I dream of this day. But if whatever the team that is good enough to get to a championship that is formed at some point for the Kings, if it happens for all of us, and they ever win it, I want to compare and contrast at that time if that same kind of feeling happens to others, where it's like you're so invested in it. If that team makes the playoffs, and depending on how long it took them to break through, usually it's a couple years to do it. But if there's some sort of run by that group, much like the 0-2 group that had gone through the playoffs a couple years, but if that team had ever won it all, I think there'd be some similar feeling. More of it's heavily weighted to the elation and the joy. There's way more on that side. Don't get me wrong. But there's probably going to be a little part of you where you go, man, this whole journey, you're just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and like, can they do it? Can they do it? And then it's done and they do it, and you're just thrilled beyond belief, so happy, maybe tears, however you're going to emote during that. But then at some point you'll go, oh, man, I was ready for a game 8, a game 9, or whatever the series that they just play. You just want to see them play more, and that team will break up a little bit if someone's a free agent, someone retires, someone gets traded. It's never going to be the same exact group. And that's what's going to happen with UCLA with a heavy senior-laden group. But, yeah, it was a great weekend of so many different things that happened. Congrats to the Stockton Kings, the A's walk-off. But for me, my highlight was, definitely the UCLA National Championship. All right, let's get to question 3.
Question 3.
Who you got in tonight's national championship game? Michigan or UConn?
What a weird question, because I'm looking at my bracket, Chris, and I have Arizona versus Houston. They're not playing?
No.
Oh. We have a pool, a bracket, a big one. 290 entries. It's big. Do you know what place you're in, Chris?
I stopped looking, I think, after the first week.
I think it's time to do a little inventory. See how we're doing as a show. Because Carmichael Dave is in this bracket. Chris is in this bracket. Some others that you know and love are in this bracket.
So I started off tied for first with...
You did. You did well. You were able to share in some of the fun bucks in the first round. I can, let's see, thankfully say my sister-in-law is in dead last. There's Deuce at 274th. Melissa from Carmichael Dave, 265th. This is out of 290. There I am, 250th. Rock solid. Keep moving my way up the ladder here. I still don't see you yet, Chris.
I think Dave might be ahead of both of us.
There's my son at 220th.
Oh, keep going. I'm at 206.
My wife at 212. There's Chris, 206 from number 1 to 206. Dave did have 2 different pools in there. Still moving. Still moving on up. Let's see. What number are we going to get to? Good for Dave. I mean, it's not going to get anything out of it, but good for him. Maybe some show pride. Wow. Do you see him, Chris? I'm scrolling. Does he make the top 100? Looks like he did. Unless I missed him. I'm still going. There's my brother. Both of my brothers. There's Scott Moak, 72nd. Way to go. One of Dave's is in 66th, and he has Michigan, so he'll move up. Bobby Gerald, friend of the show, 58th. Yep, we just keep climbing. We just keep moving. Alan Stiles, 43rd. Way to go, Alan. Pat Still, 37th. Yeah, so it's not going to be a product. Jay Johnson's up all the way to number 16. Yeah, so.
And number 6?
Yeah.
Gabriel Suarez.
Yes.
So we need Michigan to win to keep it in the family.
With a chance to keep it in the family. Saturday's games, UConn and Illinois. Illinois, man, they were just tough to beat. They didn't make shots in that game, but UConn and Danny Hurley, here they are again. What was interesting is, so the game ends, he's being interviewed courtside on the court. I'm speaking of Danny Hurley. And then you kind of hear like a murmur in the crowd, and he can hear himself because this is an on-court interview that's for TV, but it's in the arena. And there were people booing. And he kind of looks around and he's thinking, are they booing the next teams coming out? And it's like, no, they were booing him. And I don't know if it was Danny Hurley, if it was kind of a UConn, trail from the night before with Gino Auriemma. I don't know, but then Danny Hurley was like eating that all up. I mean, he was like, oh, they're booing. Why are they booing? And I know he has gone out of his way to praise Gino Auriemma. So anyway, Danny Hurley is kind of one of one. I think his game is one of those that works really well in college. We talked about it last week, Chris. Imagine if Hurley ended up taking that Laker job. I don't know how that would have worked. It doesn't mean he can't coach. I just don't know that his style is very NBA friendly.
I can't see making millions of dollars and having to listen to that.
Right. And if you're like, Luka, LeBron, Reeves, I don't know. Is that it's just everybody needs to coach the way they coach and feel comfortable. And this is the way Danny Hurley does it. And I'm telling you, his players absolutely adore him and rave about him. So I'm sure there's a different side to him that you would enjoy if he was your coach. But we see what we see, right? That's all we know. I'm not behind the scenes. I'm not there at practice. I'm not there in the locker room and on the buses. We can't see it. We don't know what's going on there. But what we do see is a coach that wins, and they were able to beat Illinois, so they move on to the final. Michigan, Arizona, I had felt was one of those games that's kind of a common phrasing, like, oh, this feels like this should be the final. This should be the championship. Michigan demolished the Arizona. I thought that was going to be a great game, and it just was not. They took their spirit away. They dominated them. They were the better team. That wasn't a mystery, at least on that day. So this is a little bit like UConn to me on the women's side. Like, I thought UConn was by far the best team. They did lose. It's one time. I think if UConn women had a series, they win that easily. They win the women's tournament. Michigan, I think if it's a series, they beat UConn. They will. Tonight, it's one game. I am going to take the team that's better to me, and that's Michigan. But I will not be shocked at all if UConn wins. I'm going to look now. I got to believe they're pretty decent favorites. Chris, what's your guess on the point spread? Who's favored and by how many?
I am going to say
UConn is 34-5, Michigan 36-3.
Michigan.
A 2 seed versus a 1.
-1.5.
Michigan is correct. Michigan by 6.5.
Whoa.
Yeah. Who you got tonight? I think Michigan.
Well, I got to hope for Michigan.
Yeah, keep it in the family. Though if UConn wins, it's not in the family, but Jody Bacon would top 5. Oh, Chris is rooting against Jody. Jody, send your text to Chris. You not only got a you got a
double
double
and a police
and a face like, no. Ooh. Eek, ad.
As long as Sean's not in it.
He's not. He's got like 9 pools.
I thought Duke was going to win it this year.
That's a really good Sean.
I know.
Sounds just like him.
We'll have to ask Frank about that, Frank Caliendo about that.
Oh, yeah.
Wednesday.
That's Wednesday when he's going to be in studio, isn't he? That's the word?
He is.
All right.
Dave will not.
Dave will not be. Dave will be on remote, but will be with us on Wednesday while Frank is in here just causing chaos, which I love. We love chaos, so we look forward to that coming up on Wednesday. Yeah, so tonight, I think Michigan. I think they win. It's been a good tournament. I hope we get a great game. UConn is well coached. I mean, Hurley will figure out the best way he can to compete with Michigan, but the way their guards played, the way their bigs played, they even had what seemed to be an injury at the time for Michigan that was concerning in the game against Arizona. But They've got so many talented guards and so much talented play. And so when you look at them, they are just going to be an absolute monster to beat. Yaxel Lindenborg got hurt in that game, but came back in. And if he's able to go, and they got all their guys, Mara played great, the big guy. How tall is he? I know he's, 7'3". He was a guy that was at UCLA before. But Cadeau was great. Michigan's got a lot of weapons. They're inside, they're outside. I like Morez Johnson Jr. It's a good team. They're the better team, but it's one game. Much like I think Duke's better than UConn. Not by a lot, but on that day, UConn stayed with the game, came from behind, and found a way to win. You almost feel like, wait, are they this team of destiny, or does it end tonight? If I had to guess, I would say it ends tonight, and Michigan gets the win, but we'll recap it all tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. All right, still to come, we will talk more about the national championship game. That's coming up. We got Kings Rewind, Kings post-game reaction as well, kind of to the weekend, the split, winning the game against New Orleans on Friday, and what else to expect here in the final week of the NBA season. We got all that and more as we continue right here on Sactown Sports.
San Francisco 49ers play on Sactown Sports 1140.
Touchdown 49ers! Every game on your #1 sports station. Don't miss the action on your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Step inside the game you love with the NBA app. Tap to watch every game as it's happening.
Jalen Brunson does it again!
And never miss a moment of the jaw-dropping action. Get closer to the players than anywhere else. Follow the latest schedules, scores, and stats. Keep up with every story from across the league. And with NBA ID, it's all personalized to you. The game lives here. Download today. With Popeye's new $6 faves menu, you can get this 3-piece chicken, this 3-piece tenders, this chicken sandwich, or these 2 regular sides for just $6 a piece. I know you can't see what I see, but trust me, those bold Louisiana flavors look so good, you might just have to get them all. Now there's an idea.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Price may vary. Terms apply.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, April 11th in Sacramento. Large farming and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Start the 8 clap in Westwood. History for UCLA. For the first time in NCAA division history, the UCLA Bruins have won the women's basketball national championship. Make room in that trophy case. The Bruins are bringing home the national title. A dominant win against South Carolina, 79-51, and UCLA has its first ever NCAA women's basketball championship.
That was yesterday. Tonight, we get a men's champion crowned, whether it's Michigan or UConn. Chris, let me ask you this, if this has ever happened to you. Teams that you support or everybody knows that you like Man City.
Mm-hmm.
If they win something of significance, do people congratulate you?
It happens so often. People are kind of sick of them. So not anymore.
But you've had that happen.
Yes.
Like, hey, congrats, Chris. Like,
Yeah.
it's a weird. So last night, yesterday afternoon, UCLA won the championship. I go to the Kings game and I run into a few people. Very nice. Like, what made me happy was that they're like, hey, congrats to UCLA, or I was thinking of you, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's a good feeling. But it's funny, we're like, congrats, like, I'm not on the team, but
You're not.
Cool. It's cool that they think of you. Isn't that kind of because that's how I think of when teams win their championships, or if it's, tonight, if I know of Michigan fans and I know of UConn fans, I'm like, oh, that Michigan fan, I like them. I really want them to get that championship. Or same thing with NBA or NFL. That's how I kind of think of sometimes these games that I decide who I want to win if it's not my team in it.
When the Warriors won their first championship, it was one of those things with Kyle Madsen that we knew had been a fan forever. It's like, hey, good for you, man.
Right.
Happy for you. And then they kept winning, and it's just like, you are a piece of garbage.
Yeah, that's enough. You don't
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop being happy that your team is winning.
I definitely do that. Then it's weird if you get a game, you're like, I don't know that I know any fans of this team. Like last year, I knew Dodgers.
You know a Jags fan?
I know one.
Oh.
Yeah.
What about Diamondbacks?
I know one.
Oh.
It'd be weird if they were the same.
It would be
person.
very weird.
But no, in like Notre Dame or something, but no way. I knew Dodger fans for sure, but I didn't know any Blue Jay fans. But I'm like that kind of game. Or what did we just have for a Super Bowl? New England and Seattle. I knew a few more Seattle fans. Now you don't like Seattle, Chris, and I don't think you really wanted New England to win.
Gross.
You didn't like the Super Bowl.
It's 2 in a row.
Yeah, because the other one was Chiefs Eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to clean this up. What do we need for the next Super Bowl?
So,
if you could pick it today.
See, here's the thing, and this is where I disagree with Dave. Dave always wants 2 teams that have never won it, so I'm happy no matter what.
Yeah.
But you need one team that's like a perennial winner.
Yeah. So that
to lose to Lions Chiefs.
There you go. And you're all in on the Lions. And then we're all happy for Ron downstairs.
Yeah.
It's like that guy. I know a Lion fan and he's all in. He needs to be rewarded. Yeah. We had posed this question too, speaking of championships. I said, that feeling of UCLA winning a championship yesterday was thrilling for me, but also part of it's like, oh man, that group is done. They're done playing together. So I kind of posed that question related to the Kings. Would you, as Kings fans, feel that same way? And it's hard to put yourself in that spot until it happens. Then all these things and comments kept coming in our chat, which honestly made me sad. There will be people living on the moon, but no Kings championship. That's from Campeo. Ron, what's worse, the Kings never winning or being too old to attend a game or parade when they finally do? I don't know. I know I will go to the parade if they win. I don't feel like I have to go, though. I want to see the championship more than the parade, but you want to be a part of the celebration. I will do it. I'll do whatever I can to go. I don't know why I wouldn't, but if you're in the situation he's talking about where you're too old, that would be rough.
The one, I obviously want the Kings to win be champions, but the other is because my friend Rob said he's going to jump in the river the second after they win the championship.
Which river?
The American River.
So how does that go? He's at home watching the game.
I think we'll have to watch it down here.
Close?
Yeah.
Close
you have to get
the river?
close to the river.
Or you could listen on the radio. Hear the G-Man have the final call. Kings win. Kings win. The Kings win. They're champions. And then what? It's just sploosh.
Yeah.
Rob in the river.
Because I know he'll most likely fall getting into the river.
How far down the river does he have to go until you get nervous? We lost Rob. So
I did jump into the ocean when Manchester City won the treble.
He did or you did?
I did.
Which ocean?
The Pacific.
I mean, over by, in San Francisco?
Yeah.
Woo, that's chilly.
It was.
Yeah. Exhilarating, though. The river will be, I wonder what other statements Kings fans have made if they ever win it. And plus, obviously, the next time they're that good, they'll, there's some lead up there. And so maybe there's a couple years of losing in a conference final or a somewhere along the line, like, if they ever break through, I'm going to do this. But what's interesting is, what age do you think Rob has to get to where you go like, yeah, this may not be the best idea?
Oh no, if he's 97, we're dumping him.
You're pushing him.
We're dumping him in.
How did we lose Rob? Well, the championship.
Where's Grandpa?
But it was worth it. Grandpa Rob. Yeah, I bet several Kings fans have made gestures like that, and it's been a long run, and that run is going to continue with another year without a postseason this year. But, hey, guys, we had the Beam Team year. Hey, guys, we had what is it? They made it the very first year they were here in the playoffs. They made it the 95-96 year. That's 2. 8 years in a row for 10. And then a couple years ago, 11 years out of 41. That's rough. That is rough. Tonight, as we mentioned earlier, it is the national championship. UConn and Michigan to cap off what's been a good tournament. We've had our share of dramatic moments. I still think the moment of the tournament has to be the Duke game, right? The Duke-UConn game. I would say that one qualifies as the best moment of the tournament. Chris, is there anything else in your mind that would surpass that at the time? I mean, that is a classic NCAA tournament memory, the UConn Duke finish. I don't know what's been better than that in the tournament. No. I think that's it. I think that's
that Butler last-second shot would have went in against Duke, that would have been.
I still think that has the chance to be the greatest shot in the history of college basketball. A half-court shot from Gordon Hayward. It was front rim or was it back rim? It was rim, though.
Yeah.
That close to being one of the greatest things we've ever seen.
Because like that UConn, when we saw all those people celebrating the UConn win and making fun of Duke, I think that would be even 20 times bigger.
Yeah, I mean, that was the moment of this tournament, though, was that shot. Let's see if I could find it here, because I think I had it still in our system. And it just gave us something crazy. Here we go. Here's how that one ended a week ago.
From the baseline, long throw in, and it's knocked away. Batted away by Caravan. And the UConn Huskies storm the floor. An epic comeback from 19 points down. A miracle three-pointer for freshman Braylon Mullins. UConn wins it 73-72. For the third time in the last 4 years, the UConn Huskies are going back to the Final Four in one of the epic games we have ever seen in the Elite Eight.
And my favorite thing about any moment like that is all of the angles of the play. And that means the people on the court and their reaction, the coaches, the fans. There was some great stuff last week. They were showing that. They showed Dan Hurley's mom, her reaction. And you could, if you're a lip reader, it wasn't too hard to figure out what she was saying when that moment happened. They showed Carlos Boozer. You see fans in the crowd that can't believe what they've seen. Players in the court. You have the Dan Hurley full swing of emotions to where he's going nuts. Half his coat jacket is off. The headbutt of the referee, like he is all over the board on the spectrum of emotions there. And now he's in the spot where his team is in the title game. And I told you this earlier. I see a quote on the big screen here in our studio. He said, quote, "You don't have to be the best team to win this tournament. The good thing for us, it's not a 7-game series." That's exactly what I said earlier. You just got to play one game and see if you can win. He's right. That's it. I do not think that UConn is the better team, but on one night and in one day, they just have to figure out a way to do it today, and we'll see if they can. We'll talk about it tomorrow and recap it, but it's the national championship tonight to end the college basketball season. And for Kings fans, we'll also then be on the, combine watch, awaiting the draft lottery, and then once we find out the position of the Kings, what will they do with that high lottery pick, no matter where that is? Which person will be the one that's going to be asked to help this franchise at a pretty high level to help turn it around. All right, when we come back, the Kings played on Friday night. They got a win. The Kings played last night. They lost. But we'll tell you the story of how it all happened in our own unique way with Kings Rewind. That's next.
Download the Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento sports in your pocket. This is Sactown Sports 1140.
A's fans, the 2026 season is coming fast, and single game tickets are on sale now. Be there for an exciting season packed with theme days, giveaways, and firework nights, including bobbleheads, jerseys, hats, and much more. And getting in is easier than ever. Tickets start at just $8 for select April and May games. From opening day to unforgettable summer nights, there's something for everyone at the ballpark. Get your tickets today at athletics.com/tickets and be part of the excitement this 2026 season.
Contractors, remodelers, you now have a great supplier to assist you with your next project. Nova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento. They are Northern California's best kitchen and bathroom remodeling supply store. And Nova has the latest cabinet styles, a great selection of countertops, flooring, bathroom fixtures, and more. Visit their website, InnovaCabinetStone.com. Take advantage of their grand opening special, a $750 in-store credit. Stop by today, Innova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento.
If you don't care about saving 50% off your wireless bill for the same 5G coverage the big guys are charging a fortune for, maybe you care about keeping jobs in America. Pure Talk does. They've pledged to run their entire operation from this country, including all their customer service. Or maybe you care about our nation's veterans. Pure Talk does. They've donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to America's Warrior Partnership, a fantastic organization working hard to prevent veteran suicide. Or maybe you care about closing America's skills gap. Pure Talk does. They're a proud supporter of MicroWorks. They're helping my foundation train the next generation of skilled workers. Don't get me wrong. Saving money's great, and you'll save plenty with Pure Talk. But if you want to be in business with people who share your values, dial pound 250, say micro, and switch to an American wireless company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-290-7100. That's 800-290-7100.
Sacramento. Now you've got a place for all things dance.
The all-new Energy 100.5 HD2.
Where dance music lives. Dance vibes anytime and any place when you get the free Now 100.5 app.
Or listen at 100.5 HD2. Spring is here, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings, plus get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Carmichael Dave. He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is. He gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
Three 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Text line will get you in on the show. We can read those comments also on our YouTube chat. We thank you for that. We're talking about the Kings win. What do we have here? Stain my skin with grape juice and dance around the beam. Okay? Sure. Our very own, our fearless leader, our new leader, Richie, on the text line to me, reached out, the personal text line. As someone who got to cover an NBA team's first championship ever, I think the parade is a must-attend. Have to soak it up as part of the experience. Never know if and when that'll come around again. Yeah, that was in Denver.
There's the story in the Maradona documentary when he was playing for Napoli, and they won like their first title in decades. And they had a party that lasted 3 months.
Is that right?
I think something like that would happen in Sacramento.
Yeah. What have you? I think you've said it perfectly. Like, I think we would go from kind of so many people are happy for Kings fans to like shut up already. But okay.
It would be quicker than the people turning on the Warriors fans.
It's like, man, those guys deserve it. I'm so happy for them. That fan base has been through everything. Enough! That's fine. I'm here for that. I can handle that.
And if I could have the trophy for one day, do you know what I'd do with it?
What would you do with it, Chris?
I would fly up to Seattle and take it around.
You're taunting?
Yeah.
That would be your whole goal, is to taunt with the trophy.
Yes.
That's pretty funny. Where are you going? Got to make a quick trip to Seattle.
Oh, you going to take this, celebrate with some friends, celebrate with some family? No.
So where are you going? Like the fish marketplace? What is it called? Pike's Place or something?
Yeah.
And just stand up there in the middle of everything, and they're throwing fish by you, and you're just taunting them with the trophy. Maybe a Mariners game.
Maybe I could find someone from Oklahoma City to
go with you.
To go with me.
Wow.
And they have their trophy, so then we both have our trophies.
You bring like I don't know who Public Enemy number 1 is. Clay Bennett still that up there? I mean, if they're getting another team, maybe it's old news, but still worth the try. All right. Well, if you don't know by now, after the Kings play a game, we like to recap it in our own unique way. It's called Rewind, and what we do is I write a script. I submit that script to Chris. He fills in the pieces. I don't know what he's going to fill in with. He doesn't know what I'm going to write. And it kind of comes out, hopefully, as some magic. But there's 2 games. It's a double dose tonight or today of Kings Rewind. All right, Friday night was a big night in the capital city as the A's were having their home opener and the Sacramento Kings were hosting the New Orleans Pelicans at G1C.
Gator, where you from? Where you from? You don't know Gator.
The Kings were coming off a surprising win in Toronto to close out their 5-game road trip.
I just want to wish you one last hearty and heartfelt suck it!
Sacramento was going to be without their key guys as usual, but add another as Malik Monk would not be available.
I'm a pizza guy.
Oh, sorry, Malik. The Kings have been winning even a few more games lately, not at a high level though, but a level enough to really bother the tank crowd.
Oh, no.
Nice pull. On Friday, Sacramento got off to a slow start, and after one quarter, they were already down by a 9-point deficit, 30-21. Come on. We got a lot more clips. Too early to start with that one. Through the second and third quarters, the Kings got themselves down by as much as 17 points, and it was starting to look very bleak for a beam. Yeah, shut it down. By the start of the fourth, the Kings were down a manageable 7 points, but they were going to have to put in some work to catch the Pelicans.
You better work.
An off-court highlight came, though, during a timeout when the game ops crew tried King-a-Roki, and the entire arena was singing in unison several different songs. The hit was Whitney Houston's I Want to Dance with Somebody, and everybody was on board, including the injured Russell Westbrook, who was seen on the big screen singing his heart out.
Russell Westbrook?
Yes. As the game crept along in the fourth quarter, the Kings were chipping away, and it was the young guys leading the charge.
What's the matter with kids these days? Kids these days!
A key play came in the final 3 minutes when Daquan Plowden was fouled shooting a three-pointer. It was deemed a reckless foul, so it was 3 free throws and the ball. He made the first to give the Kings their first lead since 10-9.
You heard it! You see, he's not a machine. He's a man.
He made the second to give them their largest lead, and then Plowden buried the third.
Oh, Mr. Plow, that's my name. That name again is Mr. Plow.
With Sacramento hanging on to a 2-point lead in less than 15 seconds left, the Pelicans put the ball in Zion Williamson's hand and asked him to tie it.
Oh, yeah, he's a big boy.
He is, but Kings rookie Dylan Cardwell, who had 5 fouls, had his own agenda.
Dylan.
Cardwell smashed Zion's field goal attempt off the glass for one of the best blocks of the season.
Next time, don't stand on the tracks when the train's coming through.
What is that from? He would add another one in the closing seconds for 2 game-saving blocks to preserve a Sacramento Kings win.
I love this game.
The Kings had their 8th double-digit comeback of the season as they rallied from 17 down.
Don't call it a comeback.
I've been here for years. The Bean Boys, well, they're back. And they gathered at center court to light the purple laser into the sky. Well, right across the Tower Bridge, at the same time, the A's were victorious in their opener, and fireworks lit up the Sacramento night.
Yeah.
Come on, Rewind. Truly a memorable night in Sacramento.
With all due respect, you want to go down memory lane? Put it in second gear, huh?
Okay, huh? Sunday, the Kings were back at it in their second-to-last home game as they were hosting Steve Ballmer's Los Angeles Clippers.
That guy's got the best players money can buy. The best players money can buy.
Well, the Clippers had something to play for as they will be in the play-in, and they are trying to secure their best possible footing for a postseason run.
The Nuggets 40.
What? Should we try that one again? For their best possible...
Oh, good for you.
What was that other one? My goodness. All right, for Sacramento, they were looking to make more history, and they would do it rather quickly as DeMar DeRozan got off to a quick start and scored his 9 points that he needed to move past the Big O for 16th place all-time on the NBA scoring list.
I'm glad D-Rose came home. Y'all didn't deserve him neither.
Well, Sacramento was down big for most of the game, and if they were going to make a comeback like they did on Friday night, it was going to happen on the shoulders of the younger players on the roster.
What's the matter with kids these days? Kids these days!
This was going to be tough because the Clippers utilized a steady diet of John Collins, Darius Garland, and the Claw, Kawhi Leonard. With the lead growing to 30-plus, honestly, I started to lose my focus and wondered what was happening courtside where our very own Christopher Laud was sitting in the prime time station seats with our new program director, Richie. Well, I wondered what kind of food did they enjoy in the lounge at the half, like maybe sushi?
This is the height of luxury.
Chris on Friday night had promised that he would catch a mini basketball and give it to a kid. Well, what happened?
Christopher Laud is the king.
Okay. After those thoughts, subsided. Then I was focusing on the Stockton Kings, who are making a heroic comeback on the South Bay Lakers.
Dave loves L.A. Dave loves it.
That final was a Stockton win. They beat L.A., and they're going back to the championship to try to defend their title.
The show goes on. This is my home. They're going to need a wrecking ball to take me out of here.
Wow. Well, I guess lastly, back to the Kings. They end up getting routed by the Clippers, and you could say they laid an egg on Easter. Okay, maybe it was in the delivery. Lastly, the Kings ended up getting routed by the Clippers, and you could say they laid an egg on Easter. Well, that leaves us with just 3 games left in the final week of the NBA season as the end is almost here. The next offering, it's Tuesday in San Francisco as the Kings will face the Warriors.
Okay, fine. You can keep your small-minded podunk town with no culture and an average Chinatown at best. And P.S., your trolleys are stupid. They make you look like a child.
Wow. That was with a win in there on the rewind. My goodness. All right. I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna try it a third time. Lastly, the Kings end up getting routed by the Clippers. You could say they laid an egg on Easter. All right. There you go. Hopefully you enjoy Rewind as much as we do. We really enjoy putting that together each and every game. Only, let me see, we'll have one Wednesday after the Tuesday game. Oh, and then a doubleheader next Monday. That's it. Just a couple of rewinds left for you. Thank you. Good job, Chris. That was fun for us. Hopefully you enjoyed that as well. Coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, yeah, we will have to react to that Kings game. We'll kind of get into more of the nuts and bolts of it. Look, they got trucked yesterday. It was not their day. The Clippers were by far the better team, but they did win on Friday. And again, we're kind of back into this angst for the fan base. Oh, they're winning too much. They're playing. They're not really playing the veterans too much. I don't know what else they can do. Honestly, if I tried to lay out a plan for the Kings to have the most difficult time opportunity to win, they're kind of in it. I mean, you're taking Sabonis and Murray and Hunter and Levine and Westbrook. So many available bodies, at times Monk, sometimes DeRozan. Eubanks has been out. And they've got so many guys out. This is what you would probably draw up for it to be the most difficult to win. You can't blame the guys that are out there that are trying to win, and sometimes they're doing it, and they've been doing it here lately, but it's put them in a more challenging spot. We'll discuss that in the 8 o'clock hour. Also, we've got what's hot, what's not. We'll recap our 3 in the key predictions of the weekend. We'll go streaking. We got so much more show. We're halfway through this Monday edition. Jason Ross, Christopher Laud, we're back with more right here on Sactown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
All right, as we begin a new week, I want you to think about the situation you're in, and if you feel like you need some representation or you have questions, you might need some help, let me tell you who to contact. It's Jonathan Gonzalez and his team, Gonzalez Law, right in downtown Sacramento. I love the fact that they're local, they're here, and they're very good at their job. They offer free and confidential case evaluations. No case is too big or too small for them. He is here to help. A lot of reasons to choose Gonzalez Law Office, so call them at 916-304-9187 or go to saclegaldefense.com to find out more. But if you're thinking, I might need some representation, I'm not sure, I've been involved in an auto accident, I could use a little help, call them. Check out their website. Reach out to them. Maybe it's a criminal defense situation you're in, something work-related, wrongful termination, sexual harassment case that you're involved in. He is here to help. He's a dedicated trial lawyer with an undefeated record of results. If you go back to 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, has been very, very good and impactful at his job. And also an expungement. I've been talking about those things for a long time. It's something he can help you with. If there's something that's on your record that you'd like removed from your record, Jonathan Gonzalez is your guy. Help you get your Second Amendment rights back. Again, it's saclegaldefense.com. Gonzalez Law, Jonathan Gonzalez, 916-304-9187.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, Flo here to say that Progressive knows that life can change quickly, so it's good to have flexible coverage.
Oh, like when I have to take my ex off my policy.
Oh, sorry. But yes, we can do that.
And can you send them a message and tell them that they have trust issues that they need to work on?
We don't really get in the middle of these conflicts.
Also, can you let them know that I was faking interest in his band and it's probably time to grow up?
I'm not going to do it. Just know that with Progressive, you can easily make changes to your auto insurance because we know life changes.
Also, I'm staying in touch with his mom because she's absolutely lovely.
Bad idea.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
When your check engine light comes on, do you see a repair bill or do you see peace of mind? For 20 years, CarShield's been the name America trusts to help keep you on the road. While other companies stop covering you when your car gets older, CarShield offers protection plans up to 200,000 miles. With over $1 billion in claims paid, we don't just promise protection, we deliver it. Don't let a breakdown break your budget. Get the flexible month-to-month coverage you deserve. Go to carshield.com. That's carshield.com today.
If you're serious about getting better at golf, start with the fit. At Hagen Oaks, everything begins with Total Game Fitting. The TrackMan Player Performance Studio analyzes your swing to match you with the right clubs. Ping's Ballnamic Fitting helps you find the golf ball for your game. The Hagen Oaks Putter Fitting Studio helps you roll it true. And with FootJoy's 3D foot scanner, you'll walk the course in shoes that actually fit. From driver to putter and even what's on your feet, Hagen Oaks fits every part of your game. Total Game Fitting, only at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at Business 80.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, April 11th in Sacramento. Large farming and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
KHD HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom!
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't! Yes, he did!
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Now again, New Orleans, no timeouts, trailing by 3. If Devin Carter can make this free throw, it makes it a 2-possession game. That's the significance with 2.2 seconds to go. Out of the crouch, here's the flip. He's got it. And the Kings lead by 4, 117-113. Inbounds pass to Sadiq Bey. He'll launch a 60-foot three that's way off target. This game is over. You can light the beam. The Sacramento Kings have rallied from 17 down to beat the New Orleans Pelicans 117-113. Back-to-back wins for the Kings against opponents who were playing in back-to-back scenarios with travel. And the Kings victorious in both of those outings. 117-113 is the final. The Kings get their 21st win of the year, their 14th win this season in this building.
That was the game on Friday night. The call from the great G-Man, Gary Gerald, where the Kings rallied from 17 down to beat the New Orleans Pelicans. And now that we're here getting to the final week of the NBA season, we'll continue to kind of monitor the standings. Sacramento, the most wins they can get to is 24. That's if they won their last 3. That would not get them to catch the next level of teams. But what they have done with that win on Friday was they did catch the Utah Jazz. So the way it works right now, the Kings and Jazz are tied for what would be the 4th worst record in the NBA. Brooklyn is the 3rd worst with 19 wins. Pacers have 18. Washington has 17. So if this is the way it ends, the Kings and Jazz, they would have a coin flip to see who takes the 4th spot going into the pre-draft and who takes the 5th spot. And there's different, odds there and a different floor of where you could fall to, I guess you could say, as far as 9th or 8th. So there is still something to play for there as far as the Utah Jazz go. They don't seem too interested in winning many games here lately. They, I think, have lost 9 straight to close out the year. And at one point, they were 20-45. They're now 21-58. So they're 1-13 in their last stretch of games. And even before that, they were 18-37. So they're 2-21 in their last 23 games, or 3-21, excuse me. So they haven't been very good. They end with a road game at New Orleans, a home game against Memphis, and at the Lakers. The Kings, as you know, have the Warriors in San Francisco tomorrow, the Warriors here on Friday, and they end up in Portland on Sunday. So the point is, where Sacramento is now is a tricky spot for some. I'm going to stand by my belief in the draft first and foremost. I really, after watching enough college basketball, not all, I certainly would not claim to be an expert, but I'm going to go on the words of others and people I've talked to in the NBA and people that have watched the draft, guests we've had on the show, people that we will have on as we ultimately will find out what draft position the Kings will be in here in about a month, that the Kings will get a good player. If they're picking as low as 9, as high as 1, anywhere in between, there's going to be a good player available to the Sacramento Kings. I think if you look at this from multiple perspectives, I know for a fact that people enjoy winning. You win something, not games per se, but that's one byproduct of winning. But winning something, and in this case, to have a season that's been as challenging and as tough as this year has gone, if the Kings were to win the lottery and get the first pick, or really in the top 4, so move up, there would feel like a little bit of a reward to the challenging season. And I am a believer in playing the right way. I think the Kings have done that. We can dissect and break apart and say, what areas could they have done to make it a little bit more difficult to win, but I have appreciated their approach. The guys that have played, I don't look at this team, when they lose a game like last night, I look at it as, well, they're just not good enough. But when they win a game and they come back and beat the Pelicans like they did on Friday, I'm not mad at them for that. Now, some are, but I'm not. I'm thinking, one, these are players that you hope will be contributing factors in the future. I am of the proponent that, look, you put a scoreboard out there, you compete for a reason, and they keep track of it for a reason, and I like to try to win as many games as possible. I do. Now, in the situation the Kings are in, I think you hope like the basketball gods reward them in kind of a karma way, and you go, you know what, Kings, you kind of did do this the right way. The guys you have out are injured. I mean, you've been dealt a pretty difficult hand going into the season, an imbalanced roster that we didn't love going in. You're like, man, there's so many questions to this season. How are they going to – they have so many guards. How is this all going to work? And then as the season has gone along, they've either had guards get hurt, traded guards, and now they've kind of switched to more of a strength of a front court team where we're seeing Cardwell and Reynaud and Precious Achiuwa, where if we said that before the season, you're like, well, Cardwell probably will never play a minute. Reynaud's a second-round pick that you hope could be something. And, at one point, Achiuwa wasn't even on this team. You're probably thinking, well, the front court is Eubanks and Sabonis and Saric, Keegan. Will that group get it done? That was the question. Well, if Sabonis is healthy and Keegan's healthy, they're going to play a bulk of the minutes. It just hasn't turned out that way. It's been a different year than expected in that realm. So here they are with not a lot of wins, but winning more at the end, from being dead last to tied for fourth record. They could finish in that 5th spot pre-draft lottery, which means they could end up 9th if 4 teams leapfrog them, though that odds are pretty low, but they could drop to 8 or 7. And if that's where they are, again, I will be disappointed. There'll be a disappointment in that. But then I'll turn that. I'll rally around and go, all right, Scott Perry, B.J. Armstrong, Kings, I think you did a good job in year 1 of drafting where you had to pick and moving up to get into there to get Nate Clifford and getting Max in the second round, signing as a free agent right after the draft, Dylan Cardwell, then looking and getting a guy like Precious Achiuwa. So it's about the moves that they make, where they draft, who they draft, what trades they make, what free agency pickups they do. And so if they're picking one, if they're picking 2, like we've said, you've got to believe that the front office can make the right decision that will be the best for this current team and for the future team. So there's a lot of pressure on those guys, but it's been a weird year in that sense where to see them win a game at home, and I talked about this earlier, like the blocks by Cardwell were those 2 plays, specifically the one against Zion, was as good of a defensive play that I've seen, certainly by a King in a long time, in a high leverage moment where you've got an undrafted rookie that is being forced to guard Zion Williamson, who is going downhill, who's one of the most explosive players in the league, and he just smashed it right off the glass. With 5 fouls, by the way. And we should be excited about players like Maxime Reynaud and Dylan Cardwell because you want to believe they are a part of your future. And so if you're counting on that, and you're counting on the draft to go well, and you're counting on the free agency moves to go well, I can't be mad at the game on Friday night where it literally was the youngest players on this roster that came from behind to help them win. Again, I think Nick Clifford is going to be here next year. I think Max Reynaud and Dylan Cardwell are going to be a part of this team. And if they are, you want to know that if they're getting put into a situation that they can come in and help your team. And they are showing us that they can do that right now. And I think these are valuable reps that they're getting. I'm less worried about the result, though we are seeing some results for them getting the job done. And those are encouraging pieces, informational pieces that Scott Perry and company are utilizing to assess their future. So with 3 to go, again, they can't really get much. They can't gain any ground on anyone else above Utah. So they'll either go in pre-draft lottery 5th, 4th. I don't know, maybe there's a chance. Brooklyn's got a couple games that they could win here. But I had told Dave a few weeks ago, wrap your head around the idea that this Kings team is going to be in the 4th spot pre-draft lottery. I may have missed that by a spot because they could get to 5th if they lose the coin flip or if they win another game and the Jazz continue to lose. But that's likely what we're going to see of them. Brooklyn, yeah, like I said, is at 19 wins, and their remaining schedule is doable for them. I think do they have 4 games left? Yeah, they've got Milwaukee, Indiana, Milwaukee again, and then Toronto. So the Nets might be the team to watch to see if they can get to 21 wins. Then you potentially could have a 3-way coin flip to see which team gets the pre-draft lottery spot of 3, 4, and then 5. So that's the reality the Sacramento Kings are in right now as we speak because of their win on Friday, which, as I said, did agitate some people, but I'm not one of them. I want to see this team continue to just go, continue to play, and just to watch the people that were at the game that thoroughly enjoyed what they saw and celebrated a win, to see the beam. We had a texter earlier say that look, they love going to the games because they want to see the beam, and that's what they're here for. We also have more people weighing in on our thought if the Kings ever win a championship, and a lot of stuff related to the river. I think you started this, Chris. 916 says, if the Kings win a championship, I will float down the entire American River with those arm floaty things. Okay. If the Kings win a championship, I would be willing to shave Dave's head and stain his head purple, then have him jump in the river. Okay. There you go. Here's another one. This is from JR in the Bay Area. The eye test and odds say Clifford, Reynaud, and Cardwell won't be generational All-NBA All-Stars. The eye test and odds say 3 or 4 of the top 5 could be. You have to put a team out with only 8 or 9 suited due to injury, less minutes for DeRozan. Yeah, that's what they did last night. I mean, maybe if you do things in hindsight, a couple of the wins the Kings had maybe in the last 4 or 5 weeks where DeRozan and Westbrook helped really lead the charge, that's maybe an area I could pick apart and say, well, do you have to have them be such an instrumental role? But look, now you're back to telling players who are competitors, who are winners, who know how to handle situations. But you're also cut off so many other pieces of the team. It's hard for me to fault. I can't fault any of the guys that go out on the floor. And they did their jobs. So this is the spot they're in with just a few games left. Let's get a little reaction from the postgame yesterday from the coach, Doug Christie. We start with Doug talking about these young guys in the second half of the season, the second half of the game.
Just trying to go with the young players and allowing them to get in those moments again. That's a team that needs to win, and they I believe Kawhi played the whole first quarter, so they were. For them, those are, Kawhi is as good as it gets in our league. So understanding the physicality, getting to the spot, all the different things that when Neek guarded him, DeQuan guarded him, it's invaluable. But, the result is not obviously what we want. But, yeah, we got to make free throws. We were 10 for 20, and then we were 1 for 18 from 3 in the second half. And I thought we got some decent looks. We just didn't knock them down, but they were produced by the right type of action. And that's probably the most important thing for me, is that means they're playing the right way, sharing the ball, making it. Some nights you will, some nights you won't.
Plus, what we've talked about before is like the individual players are trying to make impressions on Doug and the coaching staff. Well, Doug's also trying to make his impression on Scott Perry, B.J. Armstrong, management, everything. And it's his first run at this, being a head coach of the team on a full-time basis. So he's coaching for his career as well. And so you've got everybody kind of playing for together and for the future of the team, but also for the future of themselves. And you got a guy like DeMar DeRozan who's out there just putting up historical numbers, broke another record yesterday, or another milestone, I should say, passing the Big O, Oscar Robertson. Just an amazing run by DeMar DeRozan, and Doug Christie took note of that.
Now, I'm sure we'll see DeMar. He's a hooper. He likes to hoop. So I would, yeah. But, wow, Oscar Robertson, that is as big as it gets in this game. And we got to, pay homage to a kid that has worked his butt off and found his way in this league. And you look at him all these years later after, growing up in Compton and going to USC, and all of a sudden here he is. He's putting himself in the all-time great category. Really, really happy for him.
And for a guy that, such a league now is so heavily weighted to three-pointers, doesn't take that many, but he is great at making three-point plays, getting a lot of mid-range shots, drawing fouls, and more history made for DeMar DeRozan. So Doug acknowledging that. Also, this end of the year is about developing the younger players. And, what will year 2 look like for Maxime Reynaud and Dylan Cardwell and Nick Clifford? Well, here's Doug talking about the rookie, Nick Clifford.
Yesterday at practice, DeMar, myself, and I think it is Plowden was there, and we were just talking about a lot of different things about how to get to your spot on the offensive side and how to defend on the defensive side, and just DeMar talking, myself, and some questions being asked. Those are the things that we want to take advantage of. Even, probably look at him in a couple different ways as the games go on here, as we dwindle him down, similar like dropping Max in the post tonight and seeing what he has. Now we need to help him and cut and move, which will add another layer, but I thought that he did a good job, made a couple shots. But, we got to find out where it's at, what it can be, let them feel it, so that in the summertime they understand some of the things that they need to continue to work on to be, take that next step as young players.
All right, there's Doug Christie talking about Nick Clifford. More texts coming in. Jason, how do we come better if not through the draft? That's our only way to improve our team. Come on. Yeah, that's a way. That's a very important way. I don't think I said anything different, but look, there's 4 ways. This is it. This is, to my knowledge, the 4 ways that you get your team better. 4 ways. 1, the draft. 2, trades. 3, free agency. 4, your existing players and player development. That's it. That's the way to do it. So if we kind of take that, let's take that umbrella of the 4 ways to get better. We'll start with the draft. The Kings are in a position here to have a very good draft pick. Like I said, we'll take the worst case scenario for the Kings and picking 9th. Not where they want, not where anybody wants them to be, but I'm telling you, there's going to be a good player, not just the generic, hey, you can always find somebody. You can. Those are all true facts. But I think this draft is that good. More people are saying it's around 7, 8, 9. I mean, there's of players that they really think can make a difference, not just, hey, that's a nice addition to your team. So we'll go on that premise, and that's, again, picking in the worst spot. They could win the lottery. They can go to 1. They can pick 4, pick 3. Who knows where they're going to end up. But, yes, if we take that umbrella in the draft, absolutely. And I'm not just stopping at the first-round pick. That's what everybody's going to look at. Again, let's go to this year. The Kings had a second-round pick in Maxime Reynaud, who's been very good. They had a free agent signing right after the draft in Dylan Cardwell. Now, maybe that's more circumstance on injuries, and these guys have had opportunities, but you got to believe you're seeing something that can help this team in the future in Cardwell and Reno. Whether they're big pieces or smaller pieces, you want to get players that contribute to your team, and that's one way to do it in the draft. So this year, they've got their first round high pick and 2 picks in the second round that either can trade or make selections, and hopefully they can help the team in the years to come. So if we start in the drafting element, there you go. Player development, now we're talking about guys that are sticking around, that are still under contract, that'll be here. The young guys getting into year 2, what does that mean for them? Those that'll still be here, what did they work on in their game? Keegan Murray, I've kind of put in that kind of label because still young, kind of a wasted season as far as injuries go. And the one thing, if I could change anything, well, I'd change a lot of things from this year, but the one thing I would like to switch would be maybe Keegan healthy in the second half of the season, because I really think he would have gotten a lot of valuable reps here as maybe more of a featured player, a number 1 option at times, just more reps to see what he could do. He's still developing. Players get better at different rates at different times and make jumps, and I would have liked to have seen what Keegan could have done here in the back half of this season. But player development, you work on that. Trades, always a possibility. I think that's proven to be tougher over time, and then free agency is also tougher for this organization. Plus, they don't have a lot of available cap space. So draft will be very, very important this offseason for the Sacramento Kings, no doubt about that. Thank you for the text. Let's see. Also, free agency doesn't apply to the Kings. Realistically, trade value on our players is minuscule. It's just the draft. Well, that's an area. That's an important area, and that's what you think. But we'll see, right? Until these areas happen, you're going based on all past history. But they've been able to make trades in the past. They just have to get the win the trade, or to be very in a spot where you didn't lose the trade in a drastic way. Much like the draft, look, if we want to do the same comp and you're going off of free agency hasn't been a past success, trades haven't been a past success, drafting hasn't either. The years that the Kings were a non-playoff team from the 06 run to basically around the Light the Beam years, the Beam team, they had so many years of picking in the lottery, so many chances, so many, and they missed. Missed too many times. DeMarcus was a good draft choice. De'Aaron Fox was a good draft choice. A lot in between, not that successful for the Sacramento Kings. Some years the draft wasn't as good. That's fine. You can't always win when the draft isn't great, but there were years they missed, and they missed significantly, and that crippled them. So draft will be very, very important for them. All right, more post-game reaction from yesterday. Let's hear from Daquan Plowden, who is getting an opportunity here to play for this team. I don't know what his future will be like for this team or certainly in the league, but he is showing that he belongs. But he was really happy about the team he spent some time with, too, the Stockton Kings, who got that come-from-behind win yesterday and going back to the championship. Let's hear Plowden kind of address that.
And Daquan, as someone who kind of had a lot of games in Stockton, they go on to the finals tonight. Just what's kind of your reaction to see them top South Bay and get to the finals again?
We love it. Those guys battle no matter what obstacles are in front of them. Extremely proud. Definitely glad that I spent a lot of time down there with those guys and bonding with them and being able to go to battle with them. But yeah, I'm extremely confident in them right now.
That's even another part of it. You're just trying to establish guys from Stockton, kind of a winning way there. You want it to take, obviously, to the big club, the Sacramento Kings. But it's cool what Stockton is doing. They won the title last year. They've been able to win all 3 games of the playoffs so far, and then now they're back in the championship. All right, one more from Doug. This one was interesting. He was talking about just kind of the love affair that this area has had for its former players and Kings fans. Doug kind of addresses that.
You know, I never came back after I left, so I don't particularly know me particularly, but I'm back now. But it says, because I've witnessed it many, many times, these fans are as special. That doesn't happen everywhere. It just doesn't. I mean, you come to a place, you play, and you leave, and But here, you know, once you're a King, they love you. They wrap their arms around you, and that's what, you know, for me, it's part of what drives me to try to figure it out and make sure that we're delivering to them and ultimately bringing that that holy grail piece because they truly, truly deserve it. In my opinion, the best fans in the world.
And I think there is something unique to this market, something special to this market. There was some talk. Who was it last week, Chris? Remember we were talking about someone was poking fun. Was it at Memphis? And they're like, yeah. Oh, yeah. So I think it was after LeBron had said his things. And then they're like, yeah, and while you're at it, why does Sacramento have a team? It's like, wait, no, he wasn't talking about Sacramento. This is a different fan base. And they've had plenty of lean years. There's no doubt about that. But the support has been pretty significant. And that's why I go back to what I started this whole thing about is Friday's game. There were a lot of people that wanted them to lose. But if you were in the arena, you heard that pop for the Cardwell blocks, you would have thought this team was going to the playoffs. This team's not going anywhere this season. But he saved the game. The fans that were there absolutely appreciated the effort and loved it and enjoyed themselves out there. All right. That's some talk on the Kings. We got more coming up on the NBA as well, including the final week. There's more on the line for some other teams. Can the Lakers hang on to their position? They keep getting injuries here at the end. The return of Steph, what will that mean, and what else to watch for in the final week of the NBA season? We got that coming up at 9. But when we come back, still to come, who's hot, who's not. We'll recap our 3 in the key over the weekend streaking. But the A's had a very eventful weekend, their second full season in Sacramento, and it was a pretty memorable one. We'll discuss that when we come back on Sactown Sports.
The San Francisco 49ers play on Sactown Sports 1140.
Touchdown 49ers! Every game on your #1 sports station. Don't miss the action on your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
If you're serious about getting better at golf, start with the fit. At Hagen Oaks, everything begins with total game fitting. The TrackMan Player Performance Studio analyzes your swing to match you with the right clubs. Ping's Ballnamic Fitting helps you find the golf ball for your game. The Hagen Oaks Putter Fitting Studio helps you roll it true. And with FootJoy's 3D foot scanner, you'll walk the course in shoes that actually fit. From driver to putter and even what's on your feet, Hagen Oaks fits every part of your game. Total game fitting, only at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at Business 80.
Contractors, remodelers, you now have a great supplier to assist you with your next project. Anova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento. They are Northern California's best kitchen and bathroom remodeling supply store. Anova has the latest cabinet styles, a great selection of countertops, flooring, bathroom fixtures, and more. Visit their website, InnovaCabinetStone.com. Take advantage of their grand opening special, a $750 in-store credit. Stop by today, Innova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, April 11th in Sacramento. Large farming and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit BarNoneAuction.com.
Russell Peters, Relax World Tour.
I go, my parents are from India. She goes, oh, India. See, I knew India. Indian people, you have a big eyes and long eyelash like a cow. Wow, 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 wow.
Saturday, April 18th, 8 p.m., the venue at Thunder Valley.
Wow, 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 wow. I didn't know what to do. I just tipped her and thank you, bye-bye, and I left.
For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Russell Peters, Relax World Tour.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kip Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kip Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
Oh, my goodness. I'm so glad to have Chris. That is a great memory. I have 100% forgotten about that and what you said in the break. That's hilarious. That's just a share for me and Chris, but wow. Good pull. Good memory. Welcome back in. Jason Ross, Christopher Ladd. Rolling along here on a Monday morning, action-packed weekend. So much stuff was going on. It was a fun weekend. I enjoy weekends like that where there are a lot of sporting events going on. Just try to take them all in, check them all out. There was basketball from college, the NBA. We had baseball going on. I know this week's the Masters, so lots of stuff to hit up on. But we spent a good portion of the last segment talking about the Kings. We got more NBA coming up at the top of the hour. But I really enjoyed this weekend for the A's. And I've talked about it before, about baseball in Sacramento and the whole how they got here. I don't love that. I don't. But they're here. They are our team for maybe this is the final year. Maybe there's one more year. I think also as an organization, the A's, they had their missteps. I think if they came in to Sacramento from the jump, embracing that, still with full intentions to go to Las Vegas. I mean, look, I was one that was maybe under the idea, and maybe it was just hope here, but like, hey, Vegas isn't like, this could fall through. Is Fisher going to be able to keep going? Will this really, really happen? That was my kind of hidden gem. Look, get him here. You are then the owner of this team. And if it doesn't work out, then maybe Sacramento all of a sudden kind of worked their way into having a franchise. I didn't love the way it all happened, but they're here. Well, now, Vegas is making great progress. Looks like the stadium will happen. There's talk of 3 years to 4 at the very beginning. It looks like that 4th year probably won't happen here because of the progress they're making on the stadium. And then the 3rd year is in jeopardy just because of the off-field stuff that nobody has control over, a potential work stoppage in baseball because of disagreements between ownership and players on establishing a salary cap. That part I get. That part fans absolutely hate because, look, we have no say in that. I can't do a darn thing about the players not wanting a cap and the owners wanting a salary cap. I can make up my mind whether I want to go to the games or not. And as a fan of the sport, as a fan of seeing the best athletes in the world, and I'm very blessed in the position that I have here that I get to work with the Kings, cover the games, go to see the NBA's best athletes, work college football. The more sporting events I go to, the majority of them, I'm working. Not an issue, not a complaint. Love it. It's a blessing. I don't get to go to many games as a fan. So when found out that the A's were coming here, a buddy of mine who is an A's fan said, let's think about getting tickets. And I'm like, all right, well, we're going to get a ticket package or something. We ended up going in on season tickets. We did it last year, and I went to the most amount of baseball games that I ever have in any season, partly because, well, not partly, 100% because they are right here, super convenient. And being a Yankee fan, obviously got a chance to see all 3 of their games, lucky to see that, but saw the Padres last year, the Cubs, the White Sox, the Rangers, the Mariners, Reds, almost every team that came through. We shared our tickets and so on and so forth. So we decided this year we're doing it again. I don't know if this will be the last year, but we enjoyed ourselves so much. And so to have baseball right here in Sacramento, to me, it's awesome. I absolutely love it. And so this weekend, I think about what happened where this was the only weekend all season long where the Sacramento Kings and the A's were going to play where you could attend both games without missing either one. And that was yesterday, the doubleheader, where the A's played in the earlier part of the day, and then the Kings played last night. And if you go back to Friday, when they both played at the same time. But I also addressed that thinking how cool of a moment that was to have the Kings win a game, light the beam, and just across the bridge, the A's got a win in their home opener, and fans celebrated on a fireworks show. And I saw a bunch of stuff social media where people had images of both. Fireworks going off, and there's the beam. So if you think about the weekend that the A's had, they had their largest crowd ever in Sacramento. Again, smaller park, we get it. I think they had 12,000 plus in the game on Friday night in their second home opener in Sacramento. Saturday, the game I attended, they were awful. They got crushed. They got annihilated. But they gave away gold, yellow jerseys that read Sacramento across the front. Something that the organization did not really claim the first year. They're still the Athletics. I wish they were the Sacramento A's, even if it was for a 2 to 3 year run. But they're selling more Sacramento merch. There's more acknowledgement to Sacramento. That was, in my opinion, and many others, a misstep in year one. But look, you'd rather at least fix the mistake, and a good job for the A's for doing that. And I tell you, they gave away, I don't know how many, 10,000 of those jerseys. And to be sitting in the crowd and look around and just see how many people were wearing those jerseys is amazing. It was a good look, good to see. They lost the game, but look, now we have baseball in Sacramento for a second year. And then you get yesterday, where now you've played 2 games. It's the rubber match of the series to decide who's going to win. It's an Astros team that if you're going to think you're going to be in contention in the AL West, a team you want to, get a series victory over, you have the lead. You establish a comfortable lead of 4 runs. The bullpen's been a weakness, and you give it up. This is when I blow it. Yeah, they blew it, and it was tied 9-9, going to extra innings. The A's gave up a run in the 10th, which, by the way, I'm still a big fan of the runner on second rule. It just speeds up extra innings. But it set up for some incredible drama in the bottom of the 10th.
Abreu to the plate, and the pitch is swung on, drive to deep left field. If it's fair, it's over. It's in the corner, and it's gone! Rucker's ended it! Brent Rucker with a 3-run shot, and the A's win it 12-10.
Johnny, I think he lost his voice. Awesome.
I was going to say, it sounds like he needs some tea and honey right now.
That's a bad feeling when you just don't have the full voice when you got a moment like that. But he made it work. Johnny Dosko on the call. A's, this would have been a game that would have been a frustrating loss. They had that bad loss in game 2 of the season in Toronto where they kept giving up runs. I think it was 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and lost it in 11. This one they win in 10. 16 hits, 12 runs. They give up 10, but they got the win. So they're 3-6. Look, a long season ahead. But to see Brent Rooker break through to get a couple hits, 6 RBI in the game. The 2 for 4 gets him up to 176. Kurtz had 2 hits. He's up to 148. But Langalier's still having a strong season. Soderstrom's just over 200. Jacob Wilson really yet to get going. The offense is going to be a strength of the team. But back to the whole point of this, the fact that we do have baseball. We do have another professional team in our city. And I think this weekend was a great showcase for that, to have the opportunity to have a doubleheader like yesterday to see both teams. I would love it if there was, if this was a playoff season for the Sacramento Kings where they were, this week was just the end of the regular season and we were worrying about seeding and, hey, they're going to have playoff games while the A's are playing games at home too. Maybe that'll happen next year. I don't know. That might be too optimistic. But I love it. I love that we have baseball here, and I know we have to wait to see the A's head out again to go on the road here to New York to take on the Yankees and then the Mets, and then they're back for the Rangers, and the White Sox are coming in. The homestand after that, Kansas City and Cleveland. Then you start to get some of the teams that, locally you'll want to see. The Giants come in here in mid-May. The Yankees at the end of May. The Dodgers are here in June. Shohei Ohtani could be pitching here. These are the kind of things. Pittsburgh's coming through. Paul Skeens could be pitching through. There's so many good baseball players right now, and the A's have some of them. They really do. And the fact, just like the NBA, when the Kings are struggling, it's like, oh, I want to see Giannis. I want to see Luka. I want to see Wemby. Yes, I want to see Aaron Judge. I want to see Shohei. I want to see Ellie De La Cruz. I want to see Juan Soto. Whatever Fernando Tatis. Whatever your player is, whatever the team you like, they're here. There's an opportunity for you. And I've just loved the convenience, the ease of getting in and out of the park, watching the game. It's so relaxing. The weather so far has been great. It was great on Saturday. Also, you got to know where to sit. Find the shade. We're lucky enough to find those shady seats.
And if you are looking to go to a game next week, pretty reasonably priced tickets.
I was going to say, because I know someone was trying to get a ticket to the game on Saturday. You'll see them advertise tickets as low as $8. They were not $8 on Saturday. They were, less expensive tickets than maybe what they're asking for at the beginning of the year. But what are you finding now as far as next week?
Next week on Monday, $24 to get in on the lawn. And if you want a seat, you're looking about $27 or $30.
Okay. Yeah, much more reasonable, much more enjoyable, and get out there to see Texas coming in for 4 and then the White Sox coming in for 3.
And if you go to that afternoon game, it's even cheaper.
The Thursday 12:05. See, I love the afternoon. I love day games. Day games are fun.
18 to get in, 24 for a seat.
Okay. Yeah, and then you just kind of look around because, there is sun. There's, if you're sitting in it, it kind of can get on you and you feel the heat a little bit. But I just feel like there's so many people like standing on the concourse, a little bit like Kings games too. You just kind of look around. There's people in their seats, but also just a lot of people moving around and checking out all the angles, checking out the game, and maybe trying to stay cool. But I love it. I love that baseball's here. A successful weekend. The second home opening weekend for the A's in Sacramento. And just more acknowledgement to the city of Sacramento. Well done, A's. Get there. Should have done it last year, but look, we won't hold that against you now. You're doing it, and that's good. At least you made the adjustment. All right, still to come. What's hot? What's not? Recap 3 in the key from the Kings, Pelicans, Kings, Clippers, and we go streaking. Lots to do in our next segment. That's right here on Sactown Sports.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sactown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for 3, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
A's fans, the 2026 season is coming fast, and single game tickets are on sale now. Be there for an exciting season packed with theme days, giveaways, and firework nights, including bobbleheads, jerseys, hats, and much more. And getting in is easier than ever. Tickets start at just $8 for select April and May games. From opening day to unforgettable summer nights, there's something for everyone at the ballpark. Get your tickets today at athletics.com/tickets and be part of the excitement this 2026 season.
Your Toyota's been through a lot with you. Traffic, rain, potholes, you name it. But it keeps showing up mile after mile. So maybe it's time to give a little back. For a limited time at your local Toyota dealer, get 3 new tires and get the 4th for $1. Because a ride that's always there for you deserves to be taken care of. 3 tires, get the 4th for $1? Go on. Treat your Toyota. Deal ends April 30th. Keep your Toyota a Toyota. Restrictions apply. Toyota and Scion vehicles only. See participating Toyota dealers for details.
There are many reasons to choose Gonzalez Law Offices as a dedicated trial lawyer with an undefeated record from 2016 through 2019, and you'll know that no case is too big or too small. Due to his success, hard work, and commitment to excellence, attorney Jonathan Gonzalez has been listed in Super Lawyers Rising Stars, as well as in the top 40 under 40 list by national trial lawyers. You can find Gonzalez Law Office online at saclegaldefense.com or call him at 916-304-9187.
Sacramento! Now you've got a place for all things dance.
The all-new Energy 100.5 HD2.
Where dance music lives. Dance vibes anytime and any place when you get the free Now 100.5 app.
Or listen at 100.5 HD2.
Spring is here, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings, plus get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot.
And what's not?
It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
All right, Christopher Laud, please do tell us who is hot.
The Hawkes family.
Yes. By the way, text line did, I know you'll weigh in on this, but they said, hey, Jason, this is random, but can you ask for Laud how he feels about Jaime Hawkes' sister getting 21 points in the women's March Madness tournament? Jaime is his favorite player.
Yeah, feel great.
Yeah.
I think I've got my favorite women's player, too, when
Gabriella.
she gets to the WNBA.
Yeah. Okay. So they're hot? Tell us why.
Well, we talked about UCLA winning the championship, and the Miami Heat destroyed the Wizards 150 to 120 something. Anyways, both Jaime and Gabriella combined for 53 points, 13 rebounds, and 9 assists on the weekend.
I think that was mainly Gabriella. No, Jaime had a big game.
Yeah, he had 32 points coming off the bench in that game.
And he made it to Phoenix in time to support his sister as a former Bruin and watch them win their first national championship at the NCAA level. So way to go, Hawkes family. Chris, I think you should be an honorary member of the Hawkes family.
I should be. They need to talk to me.
Yeah, they will. I think they'll welcome you in with open arms. All right. Well, if they're hot, and they are, who is not?
New Orleans Pelicans.
Uh-oh.
We talked about them losing to the Kings on Friday. They've lost 9 in a row. And the really bad part is they don't even have a point to tank at this point.
Yeah, they don't get their pick. Sorry, Pelican. But you got Zion. I don't know what that's worth.
Go get there and get the ball there.
Yeah, sorry. They are struggling, but it's your own personal struggle, New Orleans. You got to deal with that. All right, well, that kind of leads us into our predictions that we made on Friday. There were 2 games. So let's see how we did on our first one as we look back on as we recap our 3 in the key. All right, Dave did submit his via text on Friday, so I'll fill in the answers for his. We asked on Friday, Chris, for that first game against the Clippers, Maxime Reynaud, who had been on a heater, his points and rebounds in that game. Dave said he'd get 15 and 5. I said Max would get 24 and 8. Chris, you said Max would have a double-double, 18 and 12. Max went for 28 points and 9 rebounds. So I guess, I was the closest on that one. We asked for the most bench points. Who would score the most bench points for the Kings? Dave said Monk would have 29. I said Monk would have 17. Chris said Monk would have 15. Monk didn't play on Friday. We missed out on that one. So the high bench score, Mr. Plow. Daquan Plowden, 17 points. Good job for him. Then our random stat for the game. Dave said Zion Williamson would have 30 or more points. Zion scored 13. I said there'd be a scuffle between the 2 teams. No, nothing really happened. And Chris, you said Doug Christie would win both challenges. I think he got one, if I remember right. I don't think he got both. So there you go. There's our recap of the first game. But there was a second game, a game that Chris attended last night, the best seats in the house, or one of the best. Let's recap that one. All right, high score for the Kings-Clippers game for the Kings. Dave said DeRozan would have 31. I said Clifford 25. Chris, you said Clifford 26. The correct answer was Devin Carter, who had 21. Then we asked how many three-pointers the Kings would make. Dave said 19. I said 11. Chris, you said 9. We have a correct answer. It is you, 9. Good job, Chris. Then our random stats, something we were predicting that would happen well before the game. Dave said Maxime Reynaud would get a double-double. Dave was right. He had 11 points and 16 rebounds. I said Precious Achua would get a double-double. He had 8 points and 5 boards, so I missed it. Chris said he would catch a ball and make a kid's day by giving him the ball. Well, Chris, you took a picture of a ball that you, I assume, caught during the game.
I did.
Was that late in the game?
Very late.
Like almost to the end?
Yeah.
How did it, just a dancer just gave it to you, or you caught it from the sky? Like, how did it happen? Describe it.
I actually think Fresh dropped one, and I kind of picked it up.
Oh, you described it. Okay, so that's part one. You factually...
So did I actually say I'm going to give it to a kid and make his day?
That's how I wrote it. It said Kid's Day made by Christopher Lott after you get a ball.
Kid's Day made. Okay, well then, because like, oh.
So the second part, you got the ball. Did you give the ball to a kid?
The problem was...
Oh, here we go.
Of the kids that were around me at the time, they all had a ball too.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I'm not going to give someone two. So then after the game, I was walking around going to go say hi to you guys.
You saw me and went, woo!
Did our famous high five.
Yeah.
And then it was dad, mom, and daughter, who I would say was about 7 or 8.
Okay.
And I'm like, hey, do you want a ball? Here you go. And she's like, oh, thank. And the dad was like, oh, wow. You made her night. She was really wanting to get a ball when they're coming out there with it. So you're welcome.
Let me ring the bell. Good job, Chris. You called your shot, and you did it. You came through. Well done.
I was getting a little scared because I'm like, oh, there's nobody to give this away to.
You look bad bringing that in. No, I didn't give it to a kid at all.
Yeah, that's what I was going to go to. No, I got it. It's mine.
Okay. That one you predicted. If you went to a baseball game and caught a foul ball, you keeping it or giving it?
Giving it away.
Yeah. I kind of do that when I survey. I'm like, all right, like if a kid brings his glove.
I have never caught a foul ball once, but I have. As I got older, I'm like, make sure to see. Okay, if I get a foul ball, who am I going to give it to? I did. So there was one time I went with some friends to the River Cats. I think this was last. Yeah, this was last year, and it was a foul ball over in that left field area to where I think they have like a beer garden or something like that. And someone got it, and my friends had their 3-year-old with them, and I started the chant of "Give the kid the ball, give the kid the ball."
Were you starting the chant last night of getting bogey in the game? Because it worked. Those Kings fans got bogey.
Yeah, it wasn't me, but I heard them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I do too when I go to the game. It's like, all right, which kid, who would enjoy the ball the most if I, catch a foul ball? But did not get one at the game the other night. Someone wants to know, Chris, from the 209, where does Chris get these ticket prices from?
Oh, StubHub.
Okay. There you go. 209. Chris gets them from StubHub. So find those tickets. Another one from the 916. I've gone to 2 games with my husband. The one was the 1-point win over the Utah Jazz in the opener and Friday night's game. My husband wore his Light the Beam t-shirt. I thought to myself, whoa, I should tell him to go change the shirt because I don't think they would win. But I didn't, and he wore a shirt, and I was happy he did. There you go. And you got to see the beam. So you're 2-0.
That can't be right. I've been told all Kings fans want them to lose every game.
Apparently not. Apparently not. We celebrate our differences. All right. You want to reach out? You can. 916-339-1140 on the text line. That is our recap of 3 in the Key for both games, but we also have some baseball to catch up on. We got to go streaking.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking! Yeah!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing?
Streaking.
Well, it's been a slow start for the crew on streaking. Coming into the day, Dave was at 0. I'm on the wrong day. Sorry. Dave was at 1. I'm at 0. Chris is at 1. Dave got a hit to get to 1 with Bobby Witt Jr. So on Friday, he selected Juan Soto of the New York Mets. Dave was in the tough position because Juan Soto got up just once and left the game with an injury. But good news for Dave, the one appearance was a hit. So he's 1 for 1. Dave extends his streak to 2. I was at 0, and I said, look, it's Friday night. A's are having their home opener. I believe in the A's, and I picked Jacob Wilson of the A's. Jacob Wilson got up 4 times. He got 2 hits and an RBI. So my streak now goes to 1. Dave is at 2. Chris is at 1, trying to get to 2. And he took from the Detroit Tigers, Kevin McGonigal. He took McGonigal, who got up 4 times. And McGonigal got a hit.
You got to do this one for me, Billy McGonigal.
So here we go. Dave is at 2. Chris is at 2. I'm at 1. Dave is selecting. You know what? I think he did it. Like, everybody plays but the Yankees, and he picked Giancarlo Stanton. So I got to tell him the Yankees don't play. I just realized that. So we'll see if we get a new pick from him. I'm going to take today from the Chicago Cubs, PCA, Pete Crow Armstrong. Chris, you cannot take Rafael Devers or Kevin McGonigal.
I'm going to take Luis Reyes.
Luis Reyes. All right. So we will see. Dave will submit his pick here momentarily and tell them the Yankees are off, and so is he. So there you go. They're streaky.
I don't know if Dave is really happy right now.
Oh, really? Care to expand?
Let me just double check here. Yeah, ooh.
What's going on with Huddersfield?
They're currently drawing with Leyton Orient 1-1.
Is that a bad one?
They need wins.
Ooh. Are they in jeopardy?
No, they're in Price is Right.
Are they in Family Feud? Are they in the jackpot?
Currently, right now, they're 11th.
And how many are protected?
The 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th place teams go to the playoffs.
Right. But what about, I'm talking about relegation.
Oh, no, they're completely safe from that.
Oh, okay.
But, I mean, they want to get back up, and it doesn't look like it's going to be this year.
When does the season end?
Next month.
So soccer in Europe is what? May to
August
April?
to May.
Oh, August to May. So what happens in the next couple of months? May to August. They're off. They're like completely off. Or is there like another?
It's World Cup.
Well, yeah, this year. But I mean, that's not every year.
Well, sometimes there's Euros and
That's what I mean.
Gold Cup, and
because you're telling me about other things. I'm like, what are they playing for now? What's happening? What is this?
Clifford, is it?
Clifford, is it? All right, we got another hour ahead. Oh, yeah, the 209 thanks you for the ticket prices. You're welcome. We're here to serve. One more hour up. When we come back in the final hour, we still have Crosstalk and Celebrity Birthdays. We have What's on Deck, brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing. But 1 week left of the NBA season. What's at stake for the Kings and for the others? We've got that for you next on Sactown Sports.
Download the Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento sports in your pocket. This is Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action, but please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guaranteed details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
A multi-billion-dollar settlement is paying claims for up to 21 years. If you were exposed to weed killers at work or at home, your rights are affected. If you or your family has or had non-Hodgkin lymphoma, you could receive $6,000 to $165,000 or more. This settlement impacts you even if you're not sick, because this blood cancer can take 10 to 15 years to appear. If you stay in the settlement, you give up your right to sue. Learn more at weedkillerclass.com or call 888-403-8201. Paid for by the Roundup Settlement.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, April 11th in Sacramento. Large farming and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
All right, final hour of the show. We're getting busy here. National championship tonight. Michigan, UConn. Those of you reaching out to us, 916-339-1140, 1-800-920-1140 on the chat. We appreciate you there. Hit that thumbs up button. Chris, you were once a 13-year-old. I was once a 13-year-old.
Are you sure?
It was like 84 years ago. Malcolm says, my house smells like a 13-year-old boy. Those who know, know. And they're all talking about like body Axe spray and all those things, everything in between. I don't think they had body sprays back then. I don't know. I wasn't a big Axe is pretty strong smelling. Is that exclusive to 13-year-olds? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Well, good luck, Malcolm. Hopefully you can survive that. Yeah. Open the windows. Get the fresh air. Get the Sacramento breeze coming through. All right, final hour here. Jason Ross, Christopher Law, no Carmichael Dave today. It is the final week of the NBA season. It is here for the Sacramento Kings. Just a precious few games left. 3 to go. They get the Warriors twice. That's the other one, Chris. Like, I know what you think about the Warriors. Kings fans in general, I think, have the same kind of general angst and frustration about the Warriors. We do have a fan base that is split right now, and I don't even know if split is accurate. Maybe more want them to lose, maybe more want them to win. Based on social media, I'd say more that want them to lose. Would you be angry? Now, I know your answer, but they have 2 games left with the Warriors. It's not going to knock the Warriors out. It would hurt the Kings' lottery odds. But if they get another win and it's against the Warriors, you good with that?
No.
You don't want them to beat the Warriors.
I want them to beat the Warriors twice.
Oh, so one is not enough. There you go. So what would you tell those that want to win the lottery or have better lottery odds, like Dave when he's back with us, if they beat the Warriors twice?
Have you watched the lottery? Like, it almost seems like it's worse if you have a worse record.
Yeah. It's probably more torturous. Like Utah was in that spot last year, literally was the worst team in the league. And I'm sure they had huge beliefs that they were going to get Cooper Flagg was what the choice was. Like that was the number 1 pick. And the difference right now between Cooper Flagg and Ace Bailey is significant. They picked 5th. That's the worst they could have picked. That's what they got. That's the punishment they had to go through with having the worst record in the league last year. Now they've lost 9 in a row. They're in a tie with the Kings at 21-58. They'll have a coin flip if they remain in a tie to see who will go in the pre-draft lottery as 4th seed and who will go in as the 5th. And then the lottery, is then executed there, and we'll see where it all shakes out. But our eyes will be on the bottom of the lottery and of the standings between Washington, Indiana, Brooklyn, Utah, and Sacramento. Speaking of that, I guess we haven't done this yet today. We are due for a Tankathon update and a mock lottery situation. So let's do it. Chris, who would you like to pick for today?
I think I'm going to go with the Indiana Pacers.
I'm going to pick for the New Orleans Pelicans / Atlanta Hawks because the Pelicans pick goes to the Hawks. Chris, your pick, the Pacers, if it goes to 5, goes to the Clippers. So let's do it. Let's go ahead and simulate the lottery. Try number 1 today. With the first pick. Let me work my way up here. Let's see. You were picking for the Pacers?
Yes.
With the 5th pick in the NBA draft, the Los Angeles Clippers take the Pacers pick and take Kingston Flemings.
Good job, Clips.
With the 4th pick in the NBA draft, the Washington Wizards drop 3 spots and take Caleb Wilson. With the 3rd pick in the NBA draft, the Brooklyn Nets take Cameron Boozer. With the 2nd pick in the NBA draft, my pick, moving up 4 spots, Darren Peterson would then go from New Orleans to the Atlanta Hawks. So that means either the Kings fell out of the top 5 or they're number 1 here. On my first try with the number 1 pick, taking A.J. DeBonsa out of BYU. That pick was taken by the Sacramento Kings.
Oh, yeah.
I won it on the first try today. See, maybe they need to be in that
Do
spot.
we have a parade if the Kings win the lottery?
I think we'd be pretty fired up. It'd be a happy Mother's Day for a lot of Kings fans if they win the lottery. According to this one, first try, and the Jazz fall 2 spots to 6. The Kings went up 4 spots. So the 5th spot was truly, in fact, lucky for the Sacramento Kings. Yeah, we'll see. It's a lottery. It's an inexact science no matter what happens, where they pick, what happens on the lottery odds. There's a lot at stake here with the Tankathon and what's going on. Other things NBA related. If you heard the news also on... Was this Friday night? Saturday night? Friday? I think it was Friday. What is happening right now with the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis Antetokounmpo? This is something that it was starting to go down the road of, okay, there's going to be a divorce that's going to happen here, but the Bucks are going to be able to get a lot for Giannis, and that's smart. Like, I thought they got to a point where I never like to see a team that actually gets the fortune to find a player that they draft where they did, develop them, win a championship. He's one of the best players in the league. It's a smaller market. I'd love for Giannis to remain a Milwaukee Buck for the rest of his career. Then you start to look at circumstance, and they've tried to add people to Giannis, and now they've gotten older or too young as they're kind of tearing it down, and too many high contracts with his included. You kind of go, I hate to do it, but it makes more sense as an organization for them to deal him. They wanted to, seemingly, or at least were looking at it, never got the offer they wanted. They kept him. They made it through the trade deadline. Giannis gets a little banged up here and there. And now on Friday night, word comes out that Giannis had told the organization he wants to play. He then comes out publicly and says the organization doesn't want him to play. This is a terrible look for the league, a terrible look for that organization. And now this divorce seems like it's coming even at a faster rate at some point where the Bucks may just in the offseason go, all right, we have to now move him. We almost don't care what we get. I know they could probably still patch things if they want. I still think it is in their best interest as an organization to move on from Giannis Antetokounmpo. And that is a terrible thought, a terrible thing to say, because I always try to put things in Kings perspective. If the Kings are ever so blessed to get a player as good as Giannis, that is one of the top 5 players in the league, an MVP candidate every year, and you get to a spot where you go, man, it doesn't make any sense any longer to keep him on this team. That's tough. That's going to be a tough spot for this organization to be in. I'll welcome it because that means they would have been very good and had a great player, but that would be a tough spot for this organization to reach. And that's where the Bucks are now. And I don't know how the league will handle it. Look, they are so protective of the integrity of the game. At least that's the surface that they show us. They don't want players sitting. We talked about the 65-game rule that was implemented to help prevent that. They don't want the perception of them tanking. They want these games to be as accurate of a display as possible. And to have a star that says he wants to play that they don't want him playing, that's a bad, bad look for the league. So I'm anxious to see what Adam Silver and crew do with that, how they handle it, how the Bucks then internally handle it with Giannis going forward. It's messy. It is absolutely messy what's going on with the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, as far as what else is at stake around the league, we're going to start in the Eastern Conference and look at the top 10. Because Milwaukee, Chicago, Brooklyn, Indiana, Washington, all eliminated. They're all out. The play-in. Right now, if it started today, you'd have Miami and Orlando battling in the 9-10 game for a chance to then stay alive and keep their season going to face the 7-8 loser, which right now is Toronto and Charlotte. The tough spot for if you get the 7 seed is you most likely will get the Boston Celtics, who are the 2 seed right now. If you get the 8 seed, you get Detroit. I think it's still at this point with Cade Cunningham being out, I would rather play Detroit than I would rather play Boston if I'm one of those bottom teams in the East. It looks like the Knicks will be, for the most part, likely the 3 seed. We'll see if Cleveland can catch them. And Atlanta currently is hanging on to the 5th seed. Philly is in there at the 6th. So you've got that to decide a few things. Probably still a couple of postseason awards to watch. I think Cooper Flagg, what he's done the last couple games, has been staggering how great he has been. And he has put a lot of pressure on Con Knippel for the Rookie of the Year. Former Duke teammates playing great at the end of the season. I think that's an award that is still up for grabs. But we are watching Cooper Flagg go off right now.
Flag against Kennard, crossover right to left, bumping, spinning, turnaround in the lane, gets the roll, and there is a 40-point game for Cooper Flagg as he becomes the 7th rookie in NBA history to have back-to-back 40-point games.
Yeah, he's the bigger name going into the year, the number 1 pick, playing on Dallas, a higher profile team, but Charlotte's Con Knippel's having quite the season.
42-38 now. Con Knippel to drive. He lays it up and in, plus a foul. Knippel got toppled over at the end of that play by Bones Highland, and they'll ring him up.
So he set the rookie record for most threes, shattered that, and is having one of the great three-point shooting seasons in the history of the league. And his team is going to at least be in the play-in, could possibly be in the playoffs, where Dallas, if we're looking at the Western Conference picture, Memphis, Dallas, New Orleans, the Kings, and the Jazz all have been eliminated. So that leaves the rest of the group. OKC currently the 1 seed with a 3-game lead on the Spurs. I think we still have an MVP race to worry about. Dave and I talked about it. My pick would be Wemby. I think it will be SGA that wins it ultimately. The Lakers right now are hanging on by a thread as they are in a tie with the Dallas Mavericks at the moment. And the Lakers find themselves with the tiebreaker advantage, but with Reeves out for the rest of the season as of now, and Luka Doncic, can LeBron carry them the last couple of games to enough wins? They got 4 games left, and the Lakers still face the Thunder tomorrow, which will obviously be a tough game. Then they wrap up their final 3 games at Golden State, home for Phoenix, and home for Utah. So that's something to watch as far as the Western Conference standings go. The race for that 3rd seed between the Lakers, Denver, and even Houston. Minnesota looks like they'll be the 6th seed. Not a bad spot for them to be. I'm sure they'd love to play the Lakers, especially if the Lakers are injured. And then you got the Phoenix Suns, LA Clippers, Portland Trail Blazers, and the Warriors. Now, the Warriors are going to be interesting to me because Steph Curry is back. Just came back last night, came off the bench. And I'm anxious to see what that looks like for him and them going forward. I think they're under the belief, look, they're obviously a better team, a different team with Steph Curry, but that injury to Jimmy Butler and just the way they've played at the back end of the season doesn't give you a lot of hope at 36-42, but all it takes is, a couple wins to get them into the postseason field, and then we'll see if they're able to make a run at that. But I don't envision it happening for the Golden State Warriors, who have lost their last 4 games. And that kind of will then take us into the Sacramento Kings, who are here with 3 games to go. And I think if I asked this question this week, we asked it last week, we asked it the week before, whatever we put this out there, I do think we're going to get differing answers. And if you certainly want to weigh in on yours, you can at 916-339-1140 on the text line or on our YouTube chat. With the 3 games left for the Sacramento Kings, what do you want? What do you want to see? And that's why I asked that to Dave. I don't know if you remember that last week, because I kind of tried to pin him down on what he wants, because he clearly has been frustrated, a lot like a lot of other Kings fans, about them winning more games here at the end of the season. And I said, all right, I understand why, because you'd rather have higher lottery odds. But then I pointed out, look, you have said if they had the worst record, which went in with the highest lottery odds, you still felt like they would drop all the way to 5. So then why do you care how many? I know you want the higher odds, but if you already think they're jinxed or whatever, they just won't have any lottery luck, then I think you're worrying about the wrong kind of stuff. But maybe less about win-loss record, but if you want to weigh in on that of the last 3 games, would you rather see them get a win or 2 or 3? Is that too many? Do you not want them to win another game? How about on the court? What do you want to see? I really wish there would be another game or 2 that Keegan can play. It doesn't look like he's getting much on-court work, so I wouldn't think he would play anymore. I don't think they're going to shut down DeRozan. He may get less minutes per game, but he's going to keep doing his thing. And it's really going to be this other group that we've been seeing. And, you know, between Plowden and Cardwell and Carter, Clifford, Reynaud, Achua, McDermott, that's it. That's the group. Killian Hayes. What can you guys do? What can you guys do here in the final 3 games? And for me, I'm not really enamored with whether that not they win or lose. They are competing, so someone that I feel like I'm a competitor to, I'd rather them win games. But I'm more concerned about how they play, how they look, what we're seeing. I'd love for one of the young guys to have another career night. We saw Carter have a big game that helped him get a win. We've seen Max go over 30. We've seen Clifford get to 30. That'd be fun. That'd be fun to see one of those guys have one of those special types of games, to see what kind of point total they could actually put up here in the last 3 games. But they're going to be tested with Steph back with the 2 Warrior games, one there, one here, and then the Portland game at the end. You know, the last one's always kind of an interesting one when you're just right there at the end, and you can see the finish line, and you know, one more win, one more loss, it's kind of just irrelevant. Just tack it onto the record. Let's see what people are saying here. Sean wants to lose, go 0-3. Another one says competitive losses is what they'd like to see. Rather have easy blowout losses like last night. The close ones are too close that the Kings might still blow it and win. Okay? How about the rest of you? What do you think? 916-339-1140. 1-800-920-1140. Yeah, you know, we got another one coming in here. Sports is about winning. I mean, it is to an extent, certainly, right? I mean, there are other things to ask, but from your players, right? And what you're targeting. And, you know, what is the goal here for these individuals, for the team? Look, the way Doug Christie has played this, I think he is looking at it like, we're out here to compete. Doug's a competitor. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what the individuals can do. Let's put them in these situations. I kept going back to Friday night, and I love personally what I saw. Now, they won the game. That's a byproduct of what we saw. Did it matter as much at the end? You know, one more win, one more loss. That's really less of the point I'm making here. It's more about what I loved about the game is the situations that Cardwell was in. He was playing with 5 fouls. He had to guard Zion Williamson in a critical moment late in the game where that guy is with the ball, driving to the hoop with a purpose, as explosive of a player as we have in this league, and he blocks the shot. That's an incredible individual winning play by Dylan Cardwell. I also love, and that's a successful one. Earlier in the fourth quarter, not much earlier, but Max Reynaud goes to the free throw line. Look, it's not the biggest game of the season, but he's late in the game, 2 free throws. He's a good free throw shooter, but he's put in a clutch situation, And I actually like the fact that he missed one. He short-armed it. It barely hit the rim. Was it pressure? I don't know. But I like the fact that he had to go through something like that. I think everything you experience is important. You hope to learn from it. And whether it's successful or not, now in the end, the team won. But I'm talking about individual moments. There was a late charge taken by Neat Clifford that I thought was good. He had the bravery to do that against a guy like Zion Williamson. So there are some things that we saw in the game that I think in games recently that you feel like can be true carryovers to the individuals and ultimately long-term to the team as well. Let's check in on the phone lines with Mitch. Mitch, how are you?
Good. How you? Excuse me. Jason, how you doing?
I'm doing
Chris,
well.
Hope you guys had a good Easter. Good
Thanks.
afternoon.
You too.
Good afternoon to you. I hope we hit. Well, I heard you saying we have a chance to pick 5 or 1. Just crazy. It's like trigonometry. It's like calculus, algorithm. Can we just have one ping pong ball and just spin it like a regular bingo match or the pick 3 in New Jersey? I'm sure you have pick 3, pick 4.
Yeah.
The mega. You know the odds of that. And it seems like you can get the first round pick, top pick, better than you can hit the lottery. I mean, the Mega Millions. You know what I'm talking about? There's no Cooper Flag in this draft, and let's just say for sure that DeAndre Ayton is just a little better than Bagley. So that was a buzz for those top 2 picks, and hopefully these guys in the lottery, they all pan out. These are all these mock drafts I'm seeing are freshmen, one and done, which they should get rid of. But that's the show for another day. Just we got to hit and hope we can get another one somehow. So we have 4 picks in this draft.
Yeah, that would be
Thanks
great.
for taking the call.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great. Have a nice one, Jason.
Yeah, you too. Thank you. And yeah, right now, again, at the moment, whether you list the Kings as 4th or 5th, they got to flip that coin to decide that between them and Utah. But if we start talking lottery odds, let's give some of those numbers. The top 3, as you know, have the best odds at 14%. It drops to like 12% for teams 4 and 5 right now, and that's kind of how they've split it up with Utah and Sacramento at the moment. About an 11.4% chance of the second pick, 11.2 for the third, 11 for the fourth. Then it starts to drop to 2% for the fifth. This is currently where the Kings are. 18% for the sixth, 25%. The highest odds would be to get the seventh pick. Goes down to 8.5 for the eighth, and just 0.6 for the ninth. I mean, basically to pick ninth, there'd be 4 teams behind them that would move into the top 4 and just move everybody down. I mean, the odds of that are really, really low, but that's where the Kings are right now. So we're talking about fractions of percentage points. I think really the more agitating part is to know where they could actually drop to. But if they're in that top 7, top 8, they're going to find a good player. They really, really are. And that's where we go back to it's incumbent on Scott Perry, B.J. Armstrong, everybody in the scouting department to survey this and find what they think is the best player. If I look at a current mock draft, and let's say the Kings are picking in that 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 range. All right, we're talking about Kingston Flemings, Keaton Wagler. He's looked good at Illinois. Nate Ament, Darius Acuff, Braden Burries. Maybe it's LeBaron Filon. I mean, you just don't know. Yaxel Lendenborg. These are people that will likely be on the board available for the Sacramento Kings if they are picking that low. Now, if you're near the top, is it AJ? Is it Peterson? Is it Boozer? Is it Wilson? You know, these are mock drafts. If you're the Kings and your board is different, who cares? Take who you think is available. And I will say this till the end of time. I would never, ever, ever draft for need. I always am taking the best player on the board because to me, the draft is all about finding talent, less than finding need. You do need on trades, need on free agency, just some other signings. You know, if you realize, oh man, we're kind of light, a backup. Like you're not taking a center just because you have an opening there. And hey, don't be afraid of if the best player in the draft is this amazing point guard and you've got a great point guard, deal with that problem. You want to amass more talent than possible. And my example would be if Denver had the first pick the year the San Antonio Spurs took Wemby, you absolutely take Wemby. Why would you turn that down? Oh, we've got the Joker. You do. You figure that out. Maybe you move Joker later. Maybe you move Wemby later. You want more assets. Maybe you play both together. Good luck stopping them. So It shouldn't matter if you've got an elite player at a position and the player on your board is also that position. Figure it out. Play him. Draft him. Take the talent. That's what you need. That's what every team needs. And you just kind of work at it from there. So the last week of the season, there is stuff to watch in the NBA, even though the teams that have been knocked out have been here for a while. The 5 in the East, the 5 in the West. It's just going to be shuffling of seeding. And then the best part of the season is here. It'll be the playoffs. And to me, the NBA playoffs are great. Wish the Kings were in it. I can't wait for the next time for them to be in it. It's not going to be this year, but their critical nature is coming up. The free agency period, the offseason period, the next set of decisions that this organization is making on the future of the franchise. This is a pressurized one. They got to get it right, got to move forward, and got to start building from where they were as they really bottomed out this year as far as the standings go. All right, when we come back, what's coming up tonight in the sports world? There's quite a few things. What's on deck brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing. We've got that and a few more news and notes coming your way next here on Sactown Sports.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
Progressive knows you think the grass is always greener, like maybe you ride a motorcycle. But today, it's raining. So you wish you had an RV, but if you did, you'd have to listen to some guy parked next to it at a campsite plays acoustic guitar. Now, before you start wishing you had a boat, remember, your brother-in-law would invite himself every weekend.
Permission to come aboard, Captain?
But one thing that is greener is the money you could save when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Sacramento.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, April 11th in Sacramento. Large farming and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-791-0000. That's 800-791-0000.
At Power Business Technology, we're not another big box corporation. We're your neighbors, locally owned and operated. We know what businesses like yours need, from reliable printers to high-performance copiers. We'll help you find the right solution with personal service you just can't get online. Need setup or support? We're just down the road and always happy to help. Power Business Technology, family hometown service with big-time solutions. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729. Or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Spring is here, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings, plus get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, It's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Running a business takes grit, vision, and a partner who believes in your success as much as you do. At Valley Strong Credit Union, business banking is built around you. The entrepreneurs, the growers, the dreamers powering our community. Whether you need flexible checking, faster payments, or financing to take your next big step, Valley Strong brings local expertise and real relationships to every stage of your business. Because when local businesses thrive, the whole valley grows stronger. Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your business, grow your future. ValleyStrong.com/business.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is going to be fun.
It's time for What's on Deck, brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing.
All right, we do have What's on Deck, brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing, coming up here in just a moment. But before we get to that, we do have another chance for you guys to win. Let's win something. How about win a pair of tickets to see Russell Peters at the venue at Thunder Valley? That's coming up on Saturday, April 18th. Tickets are on sale now at thundervalleyresort.com. Chris told me in the break, have you seen him? He is hilarious. I've seen him before. I haven't seen him in, show.
Oh.
Yeah, he's funny. Russell Peters, your chance right now, 916-339-1140 or 1-800-920-1140. Let's take caller number 4. Caller number 4, you will win a pair of tickets to see Russell Peters at the venue. That's Thunder Valley, Saturday, April 18th. You can get your tickets at thundervalleyresort.com. So there you go. Just because, before we get you to What's on Deck, I want to do this one more time because I'm happy to hear this.
Start the 8 clap in Westwood. History for UCLA. For the first time in NCAA division history, the UCLA Bruins have won the women's basketball national championship. Make room in that trophy case. The Bruins are bringing home the national title. A dominant win against South Carolina, 79-51, and UCLA has its first ever NCAA Women's Basketball Championship.
There they go. The Bruins win the Women's Championship tonight. That's What's on Deck, brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing. We got a men's championship to crown. It'll be Michigan or UConn. Michigan comes in as the favorite. UConn, the 2 seed. Michigan looked great in the semifinals. They've looked good all tournament long. I know when we had our guest Bobby Gerald on previewing the tournament, and then we were into the tournament, he said they've looked the best so far. They looked awesome against Arizona. So we'll see what happens there tonight. The A's, they are off. They don't play today, but the Giants do. If we're looking at the baseball schedule today, the Giants will be in action as they host the Philadelphia Phillies in a series that begins in San Francisco tonight. Hauser's going against Painter. Painter's their young prospect. He pitched great in the first matchup. Phillies are they 500? Yeah, or 5-4. Giants come in at 3-7. As far as the other baseball series today, we mentioned the A's being off. They're in New York, getting ready for the Yankees, and then the Mets. Cubs at the Rays, Royals and Guardians, Reds, Marlins, Padres, Pirates. That'll be a good series. Bubba Chandler pitching for the Pirates. Brewers at the Red Sox. Boston off to a really slow start, just 2-7. What a shame. Cardinals at the Nationals. Dodgers, Blue Jays. There's the matchup. World Series rematch. And it's Robleski versus Scherzer. And then Orioles, White Sox, Tigers, Twins, Mariners at the Rangers, Astros at the Rockies, and the Braves against the Angels. By the way, Dave did send in his streak pick. Oh, he's going to take Rafael Devers. Devers for him. All right. So he is going to try to extend his streak.
Just copying me.
Yeah. Did we have a winner?
Tyler.
Tyler. Thank you for listening, Tyler. Congratulations. You're going to go see Russell Peters. You were caller number 4. You were fast to act, but not too fast. You called in right at the right time. Your time was right. Also, today, Chris, did you see our NBA games here?
Oh, is this me trying to guess them?
Yeah. So the first game is the Knox.
That would be the Knicks and Hawks.
Okay. I got to say this right.
Mm-hmm.
The Pizjic?
Pizjic?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Pistons Magic.
Correct. The Cavaliers?
Cavaliers. So it's the Cavs versus the... Why can I think of it?
Lees.
Oh, Grizzlies.
Yep. The 76ers.
I'm going to guess Sixers and Spurs.
Yep. And then the Blazegets.
The Blazegets.
Yeah.
Blazers Nuggets.
Yeah, you got them all. There you go. Dave really likes that game. I had written it out for him today.
But he never wants to do Knicks at Hawks. Not Knicks at Hawks, Kings at Hawks.
He never does.
No.
Why doesn't he want to do that?
How would you say that?
Kings and Hawks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But on the game where you have to combine the two together.
I don't know. You give me an example.
Well, this is your guys' games. I don't want to say.
You just played this one. Yeah. Saclana. That's how I'd say it. Yeah. I think I'd stay away from that one. The national championship is tonight. What time is that first? Tip-off. Opening tip, maybe 5 o'clock. Is that right? 5:50. That's unique.
Which is really like 6:17.
Yeah. The other part that I found interesting, I mean, obviously I ended up finding the game, but I thought it would be on CBS. The championship is on TBS. That's interesting. And True TV and HBO Max. Really? How many alternate broadcasts do they have for tonight? You want to have an alternate broadcast, Chris? You and I watching the game? Calling the game?
That'd be fun.
What would you do? What would you provide for entertainment and or analyses?
I would do some of my best impressions.
Oh, yeah? Well, we've all heard your best one. What else is your second best impression?
So my best impression was that Sean that you're talking about?
No, your best impression was Ronald Reagan.
Oh. See, that it's tough to beat that one.
Yeah. But you have to have more to your show.
Huh.
Than just one. Because you're Ronald Reagan. People are still clamoring for it. What was it again?
It's a very specific... someone asking Ronald Reagan where the best place to make a wish.
Okay. Hey, former Mr. President, Ronald Reagan, where's the best place for someone like me to make a wish?
Well.
See, there you go. The wishing well. As good as it gets right there, everybody. As good as it gets. Let's see. Text line. Okay, Jason, as much as I hate the Pac-10 never being the same, I don't think UCLA would have won it all if they hadn't gone into the Big Ten. Being in the Big Ten helped UCLA win immensely. Maybe true. At least in women's basketball. I don't know. It's a juggernaut in men's basketball.
Used to taking really long flights.
Yeah. I don't know how they're going to fix all that. I mean, that is an absolute mess. The landscape of college sports and travel and kind of going under the guidance of their student athletes, which they are under the true definition, but it's the less popular sports of college sports. So I'm taking away men's and women's basketball and football. And the sports that probably really treated as student athletes where they're going to class all the time and they don't have charters. And those are the teams that have to, tennis and volleyball and whatever other sport, track, that are traveling cross country all the time for these conferences. And it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, I still think the non-power sports, non-traditional, like the Olympic sports, should be regional. And then if you want to put football in its own conference, that makes sense. Basketball, maybe. They've got a lot more games and travel. But for football, if you're in a weird conference, that's actually okay. You're going to travel half of the year, which is 6 games, 6 Saturdays, no big deal. Most teams have charters. You can get in and get out. It's not that big of an issue as much as people make it claim to be. But when you're in these sports that, maybe have 2 games a week on the road and you're going back and forth, cross country multiple times a year, that weighs on you. Weird hours, weird schedule. Yeah, I mean, football, it just kind of lays out perfectly with just a Saturday every week, every other week, You might have 2-3 road games in a row max, and then you'll have several games and a bye week at home. So it all sorts itself out. All right, when we come back, we have a final segment of the show. We're going to have crosstalk. We're going to have celebrity birthdays, and we're going to wrap up this show. It's been a fun one. Thank you all for being a part of it. We'll have a final segment straight ahead right here on Sactown Sports.
Domantas Sabonis plays here.
He finds Sabonis, put the frosting on the cake, put the cherry on the sundae. Sabonis with a two-hand flush makes it 114-106.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Meet Morgan Jones. Morgan is about to step into a world unknown to most, thanks to Progressive's Renters Insurance, a place of fresh linens and turn-down service. You see, Morgan temporarily vacated her apartment and has gone to a hotel because a pipe burst in her apartment. A pipe that made her sense of reality and apartment ceiling all come crashing down. Luckily, Morgan checked into Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
When your check engine light comes on, do you see a repair bill or do you see peace of mind? For 20 years, CarShield's been the name America trusts to help keep you on the road. While other companies stop covering you when your car gets older, CarShield offers protection plans up to 200,000 miles. With over $1 billion in claims paid, we don't just promise protection, we deliver it. Don't let a breakdown break your budget. Get the flexible month-to-month coverage you deserve. Go to carshield.com. That's carshield.com today.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda.
A's fans, the 2026 season is coming fast, and single game tickets are on sale now. Be there for an exciting season packed with theme days, giveaways, and firework nights, including bobbleheads, jerseys, hats, and much more. And getting in is easier than ever. Tickets start at just $8 for select April and May games. From opening day to unforgettable summer nights, there's something for everyone at the ballpark. Get your tickets today at athletics.com/tickets and be part of the excitement this 2026 season.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
And now,
here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
All right, let's see. Let's try that. Or do I have to do this?
I don't even know if I can. Oh, there we go.
Okay, that's on. Try yours on.
Okay.
Nope, I don't hear you on that one. All right, now I guess we go back to that one. Whoa. Ah! Right. Kayla's getting ready for the midday show here. Let's try that one.
Okay.
Does this one?
There we go.
Yes.
Testing.
You hear
1,
me
2,
okay?
3. How are you?
I hear you loud and clear. I'm good.
Yeah?
It's a Monday, and Mondays bring surprises and fun. but I am a prepared person.
Yes.
So I'm ready to rock and roll today. I'm going to be solo with Kyle Ledbetter today.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
So Matt's got some stuff he's taking care
Matt
of.
had too much weekend. He was at the A's game. He was all over the place.
Man, it was
You were at the Kings game.
I was at the Kings game. I had Easter family stuff yesterday.
Yeah.
The weekend was busy. I feel like everybody I've talked to is like, we loaded a lot into this weekend.
Yeah, I don't know. It all did kind of hit up on the weekend. There was a lot going on. How was the game with the family on Friday?
Oh my gosh, it was incredible. And so that's the first Kings game that I've gone to actually watch the game. Because I went to a preseason game with my sister-in-law. I went to a game with Matt about 3 weeks ago,
Yeah,
but that was
kinda
just to
around
meet
the
the
media.
media. So this was actually a game we got to go to. I sat there with my family, and it was a really good game.
Yeah.
And I got caught up in the moment of discussing this whole tanking thing. It's easy for us to sometimes think long road, long
Right.
story, big picture. But when you're there as a fan and you're watching a game,
It's hard not to get into it.
how do you not want them to win?
Yeah.
At least that's what I kind of got out of it.
And it was so many of the young guys that helped make it happen,
Oh,
too. So
yeah.
it wasn't like, hey, they had put in 8 veterans to.
No.
It was the young guys that led the charge.
And it was specifically like Neek and Maxime.
Yeah.
And obviously Cardwell's had a good weekend
Yeah.
too. But those Max and Neek on that night in particular,
Yeah.
they were just like on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
So,
So did the nephews enjoy the beam?
they loved it. I was like, have you guys seen the beam in person? I think they've seen it once. They've been to games.
Okay.
But it was just special. I had never seen it in person.
Okay.
And the whole little speech that they had, and
Yeah.
that was
With their
really
glasses,
cool.
the
With the
Beam Boys.
glasses.
They're all in on that. Like, it's hard not to
cool.
like it. Yeah.
And it happened organically.
Yeah.
So that's why I love it, and I'm all about it. And then, then Saturday, just college basketball was happening. And congrats to your UCLA Bruins.
Woo!
That's huge victory for the
Yes.
women. I'm so impressed. And I just thought Dawn Staley afterwards was such a class act.
She's amazing. Both
She's-
coaches were.
Both those
unlike
coaches.
Gino. My
Gino
goodness.
is don't get me started on this.
Yeah.
Because I will get kicked off the air, and then you'll have nobody hosting the show. But yeah, I was really excited for your Bruins. You guys have been through a lot with your athletic department, and still mad at you for leaving the Pac-12, but I root for you guys over USC every day of the week. University of
Always liked
Spoiled
you.
Children, just not my vibe. So that's all I'll have to say about that.
We're on the same page. We get each other. They beat USC again.
We're
So-
all on the
I
same
know.
page.
Yes.
That's a flex right there.
Yep. Sorry, Dave. Dave is a
Yeah.
USC dad. Has to take another
He,
L.
he loves LA.
He does. We know that. That's factual. Did you get any good eats at the game? Did you take in any of the arena food?
Yeah, so I had, I'm a healthier person. Now, don't
Okay.
get me wrong. I like my fries. I like my pizza.
Yeah.
But I was feeling like I wanted something a little healthy. So I went to this, stand that had teriyaki bowls.
Okay.
And it was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was like a whole meal, and they did all the veggies and stuff. And, of course, my nephews, they got, the pretzels, the cotton candy,
That's
all
what they should.
the sugary things.
You bought them for him, right?
My brother did.
Your brother did.
Mhm.
Okay. What's your what would be your weakness then food wise? Like, what's your guilty pleasure?
Potato. Anything potatoes.
So chips, fries.
Tots, chips.
Yeah.
I can eat a whole bag of potato chips,
Yeah.
a whole bag of fries. Give me some ranch for the tots, and we're just
And you're
we're,
good.
Yeah. We're
What's
on
the
another
best
level.
chip?
I think sometimes, last night at my sister-in-law's parents' house, we had, by the way, a great meal for Easter. We had those Ruffles, the wavies, with French onion dip.
Oh yeah.
And it was bomb. That
Perfect. Yeah.
was, but I like sour cream and onion too.
Okay. Yeah,
So.
on the chip itself. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Well, it sounds like you had a good weekend.
Goat
a good
flavor.
What?
Goat
flavor. is
flavor.
what?
Cheddar and sour cream,
yeah.
flaming hot ruffles.
Oh, see, he likes spicy.
He likes spicy.
I don't want it to be too much. If it's not too much, then I'm all right with that. But sometimes
A little kick is okay.
Yeah, when I see the flaming hot, it scares me a little
Me too.
bit. Yeah. All right. So what's coming up on the show today?
Yeah, so obviously a huge weekend, like I mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
in terms of basketball. So we'll just touch a little bit on the Kings, where they stand. in the lottery because I know there's some people that are not very happy about it. But I heard your Tankathon first try today,
Lucky.
and you got number one spot.
Yeah, hasn't happened yet. That was the first time.
Yeah, so we'll see. You know, I believe in karma, and I feel like some of these other teams are not being very good in terms of following the policies.
Right.
I feel like the Kings have been for the most part. We're also going to go around the NBA. There's some big stories this weekend. Cooper Flag.
Yes.
Like, is he a lock for MVP? We'll see. And then tons of college basketball talk because we've got the national championship going on today. What happens in terms of, you know, UConn? I know people are not Dan Hurley fans particularly, but I think what he does with the program is pretty incredible. So we'll kind of dive into that. Yeah, that's it. And then, we'll get back to our MLB miniseries. Matt's not here, but we're going to get his picks.
Yeah.
And we had a weird weekend, so we got to see who takes home the trophy. I think it's going to be like a run rule that we're going to have to go into the run rules.
Run
it's
differential.
been such a close
Because Matt's
weekend.
the reigning champ, right,
He
for the
is.
first week. But all right.
But I had 2 comeback days here.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see.
How did you end up doing in our bracket of 290 people?
At
one point, you were way up there.
I'm ashamed of myself. I don't know where I finished, but I'm assuming bad because I did pick Arizona.
Yeah, I did
And in my ESPN bracket, though, I picked Michigan.
Oh, okay.
So
there you go.
That one I'm doing a little bit better in.
Yeah, I missed on Michigan. I mean, I had them, going.
Yeah, who'd you have for the final?
Arizona and Houston. The other one I just flipped it and did Houston, Arizona.
Yeah. I should have picked Michigan when I saw them whoop up on Gonzaga, who obviously I come from Spokane, Washington. I root for the Zags, but when I saw them whoop up on them earlier this year, I was like, that team is probably going to win it all.
Yeah.
I should have just went with my gut.
I think they'll win tonight, but I hope it's a good game. I hope
Me too.
it is. I mean,
Me too. They
Danny
have
Hurley will have
more
something.
talent on that team.
I agree.
Sure.
All right, it is time to find out who got older today.
Ooh.
Celebrity birthdays. Brought to you by our friends at Crumble Cookies. Thank you, Crumble Cookies. You guys are great. And nothing brings family and friends together better than Crumble Cookies.
Does it bring friends together?
Well, sometimes it could separate them, huh?
Because
That's my
we were
cookie.
at each other's throats.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because Alan took them all home, we think, right? Did we ever finally
He said
solve that?
he took a couple and then he left the remaining, but
The
then
box?
the box disappeared. So the box bandit is still not
the box band
solved.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Is Kyle playing today? Take another person in there. Is he in there?
Yeah, Kyle, play.
Yeah, we
He's
need
playing.
more. Hey, by the way, happy birthday to our own Scott Marsh today. It's
Aw.
Scott Marsh's birthday.
Happy birthday, Scott.
73.
Chris.
21.
Yes, there you go. We'll start with a movie. This is Chris's wheelhouse. We'll see, though. It's a more recent movie. Great movie. I like this movie a lot. A Quiet Place came out on this day in what year? Did you see that?
Ooh, I did.
It's one of 2 years.
Really interesting movie in the theater. You could hear
Yep.
people eating popcorn. You could hear just every little noise in the theater.
It's got to be like, I'm going to say 2018.
That sounds right. I'll say 2019.
I'll say 2017.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Kayla Anderson, 2018. All right, now we'll test you guys on this one. The television show Barney and Friends came out on this day in what year?
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Barney and Friends. That's an old one.
Is that still on?
I don't
Just like reruns?
I think it's reruns. I don't think they redid it. Let's do, oh my goodness. 2000? I don't know.
Oh, no way. My little cousin was super into Barney. I'm going to say 1991.
Oh, wow.
I'll say 93.
There's a tie between Chris and Kyle, 1992.
Jeez. I didn't know it was along
Definitely before I was born.
the 90s line there.
Happy birthday today to a guy who never ages, Paul Rudd.
Ooh, yeah, he doesn't.
How old is Paul Rudd today?
Let's see here. Let's go with
Ghostbusters Afterlife.
58.
Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
58?
57.
Key to aging is to look 50 for 30 years.
Yeah, right?
He did not look like he was. He still doesn't look 50.
No.
I'll say he's 50.
All right, we have a correct answer, and it goes to Christopher Laud, 57 for Paul Rudd.
57, okay.
Felt like he was 56 last year.
That's it.
That's what got you there.
It.
Happy birthday to Billy D. Williams. You know who Billy D. Williams is?
Is that the center fielder for the Yankees?
Lando Calrissian from Star Wars way back when.
So he's old. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go along the lines of like an 88.
I'm going to say 77.
83.
Kayla's closest. Almost got it right on. 89.
Whoa!
Yeah, how about that?
All right, I didn't even know who it was.
So Lando was like in his late 30s?
Yeah, I guess so. How about Zach Braff? Do you know who that is from Scrubs?
Scrubs, yeah.
Yeah, he's
Zach
on
Braff.
the
Yep.
T-Mobile commercials.
By the way, they just
Famously
did
beat
that.
up a kid on
What?
what was that? On Punked.
He did?
Oh.
What?
Famously.
I need to find
so
that
like
video.
they switched his car out and had it look like a kid that was spray painting it.
That's
And he
funny.
started running away and he caught up to him and they don't show it, but there's thoughts that he threw and landed some punches.
Wow.
Jeez,
It's a
I don't
bit,
see
it's a
him as
bit.
being a violent
I
guy.
didn't either. How old is he today?
53.
50.
My friend from high school's on the Scrubs reboot, by the way.
Yeah.
Very cool. Like 49.
Chris is close. You all were close. 51 for Zach Braff. How about Sterling Sharp? Hall of Famer, right? Yeah, he made the Hall of Fame. Yeah, because his brother told him he made it this year or last year.
58.
54.
55.
Kayla is close to 61
Whoa.
today. for
Oh,
Sterling
looking
Sharp.
good.
And we'll finish with Brett Boone. Did you cover him at all in Seattle? No?
No, but, you know,
Great
obviously
Northwest.
no Boone. Yeah.
Not the worst Boone.
No.
Hey.
I think he's got to be like 69.
Was he older or younger?
I think he was.
57.
Nah, he's got to be 64.
We're all over the place. So we had a 69, a 64, and a 57, and we have a correct answer. And it goes to Christopher Laud, 57. You guys aged Brett Boone a little
Dang.
bit. Yeah.
Way to go, guys.
Way to go, guys.
Sorry, Brett.
Sorry about that. He'll recover. He'll be fine. All right. That's it for us today. Kayla, you got a big show coming up.
Holding it down.
You're going to hold it
Let's
down.
go.
Yes.
That's right. I need that energy.
I love that. That is your Steven Tyler impression.
That is. It's
Yeah.
very close.
It's spot on.
Right?
I wasn't playing Kayla. I was playing
I know.
clip of Steven Tyler.
See?
Yes. No one knows. No one knows
ever
the
knew.
difference. Well, have a great show.
Thanks, guys.
Look forward to seeing you and everyone else tomorrow. That's it for us. Thank you so much for watching and or listening today.